What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Chicago Bulls fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. We're doing a live play-by-play reaction, scoreboard, game clock, and talking to you guys for tonight's game. The Spurs visiting the Bulls. Spurs one game over 500, looking to get back over two, and it's really anybody's game in the Western Conference. It's really just a logjam between like number 7 and 11. So the Spurs sitting there, I believe, at number 8 right now, and we'll see what happens tonight. This is a winnable game, and we got the poll up there if you'd like to answer. But let's start getting some hellos in because that's what we do here. Regis, well, I need a co-host, and tonight it's going to be Selena. Addy, what's going on? More Rodders, thank you for stopping in. Yusuf, thank you for being here. Amityville, Zach Collins, Zach Levine. Like, pick one for the team. Take Levine. Stephen, good evening to you. Loose Goose, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's going on? Road trip, what's up? Payback time. Predator. Mike, where am I pulling that from? Payback time. Jesse Ventura, Predator. What's up, Two Clutch Court? I mean, I could have Zach Collins post with me. I do have my Zach Collins action figure with me here tonight. Just getting Zach much love. Hope you turn your season around. Please turn your season around. My God, our backup centers have been not doing it. Plays and baking. Yes, let's win this one. Focus was who scores more points, Zach or Wemby. I mean, yes, it is. It still is there. I haven't turned it off yet. No, Gabriel, we got to get some payback. What's up, Julio? Thank you for stopping. Of course, you guys know the deal. If you're coming in and you'd like to be an official member and sponsor of TSR Sports, all you got to do is hit the thumbs up. This time, it's personal. Thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate that. Zach Collins will prove he's best Zach on my court. Grant, yes, and I did see we're playing the Lakers this coming Saturday and Sunday. Both those games start at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for me. I'll be tired, but I don't really care much on the Saturday game because I'm off on Sundays. That Monday night game is going to be killer because I have to work at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, so I won't be getting to bed until after 1. That one's going to be rough. I'll be here. I'll do it. Zach, forgot about Zach Levine. You thought the poll is really Zach Collins? I don't think I would ever put up a poll. Will Zach Collins outscore Wemby? Sorry, guys. I should have been specific on that, but Zach Levine. Zach Levine. And yes, Grant, Sunday will be rough. Oh my gosh. I'm not. I mean, I'm looking forward to the Lakers, but I'm not looking forward to it because of that game. It's going to be brutal, but it is what it is. And I'm glad to see, by the way, we did a video today about whether the Spurs should pursue Jimmy Butler. And the vast majority are saying no, which I'm kind of glad to see. Bringing in what essentially is a diva that's older and asking for a massive contract to our team is not the direction this team should be going in. The poll has actually 69 votes. That's cute. What's up, JT? Thank you for stopping in. Good morning, Addy. First time this year I can watch a game in your stream at the nice. I'm glad you can watch a game tonight. I hope it's a good game. And hopefully our Spurs play well tonight. It's a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde scenario with some of our players where some nights they look great and other nights you don't know what you're going to get. Julio, you're welcome. And I was not trolling Zach Collins. Asia, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. What would you think of Collins or Bassey starting alongside Wemby? Mike, we tried starting Collins alongside Wemby last year and it didn't work. Now, granted, they were doing the Jeremy Sohan point experiment at that time. I don't think Collins and Wemby work on the floor. By the way, Collins is struggling bad from three his last, like, ever since he came back from injury. I want to say he's shooting under 10%. So Zach Collins 3 is essentially a turnover right now. Zach, go Spurs, go to you. Yo, Rich, odds are going up that the Spurs will get Jimmy as asking. I hope not. Unless we can get him on his attitude scares me. One thing that you have to consider with your sports teams is yes, there's players that you like, and there's the salary cap, and who's getting better every year, who's regressing, who's progressing, et cetera, et cetera. But another factor is what kind of player are they in the locker room? And Jimmy Butler, from what I know of him and the issues he's had from team to team, is not the kind of guy you want rubbing off on a bunch of young guys. So even though the asking price is really low, we're not a win now team anyway. I don't think I'd want him here. I don't want him here. I don't. I just don't. A lot of people want Cam Johnson. Gabriel, you're not the first person to bring him up. We need to help out our draft picks and sit a few people. No, Greek, they're not going to sit out. Zach, I would like to see Wemby score 40 tonight. That would be great. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not Zach Collins, guys. It's Zach Levine. I wasn't even thinking, honestly, I was not thinking of Zach Collins whatsoever. Wemby for 89. Parents, I'm not sure what happened with Charles Bassey either. Collins lost his gig, and it looked like Bassey was going to be the backup center for all of like a week, and now Bassey's in the doghouse too. So I don't know. Our backup center situation is a bit of a mess, or a lot of a mess, because Collins hasn't been, for the most part, good, especially as of late. And Charles Bassey's not playing, and then when he is in there, he's not really getting an opportunity to do his thing. I don't know. Albert, it's cold where I am too. Shout out from the Philippines. For those of you that follow Kai Soto with me, I saw he banged up his knee pretty bad in the last game. They're hoping he's going to be okay, but it was a pretty big injury scare. I don't know the MRI results, but I don't think I've heard anything like a tear or anything. Speaking of injuries, playing at good evening, the Dallas Mavericks. I recently found out that Kyrie Irving's going to be out for a few weeks, and they already have the injury to Luka Doncic. So man, talk about a 180 from last year with from where they're at. They're gonna be losing some games. Unfortunately, we don't play them to March, so we can't take advantage of any of these injuries. But it is what it is. Mars, good evening to you. Look out for Collins to get 20 minutes today. If you want to showcase crap Collins for a trade, look for him and Jones big minutes. Craig Jones, I, I am at a loss for words with him because he's still distributing the ball extremely well as a backup point guard. But the fact that his scoring has disappeared this season is maybe the two injuries have really thrown off his game, but just I don't know. He's not shooting. Chris Paul definitely needs to step up tonight. He's been distributing the ball fine, but going like 1 of 9. And you know what, Mitch? We got to put some of Mitch on that loss against Denver in overtime. Our guys were cooked, had no energy at the end of the game. Wemby, I think, scored. Alex Sarr got December Rookie of the Month, Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month. Wow, he's been playing well, apparently. But anyway, yeah, our guys clearly needed a rest. The fact that Denver stormed back in the fourth quarter worried me going into that overtime, and my worries came true as we barely scored in those 5 minutes. Our guys just had nothing left. No, Planet. We don't play the Mavericks until like March 2nd at the earliest. I hear Detroit is in need of a two guard after Ivy broke his fibula. Could we snake Duran or another young piece for Vassell? I don't think the Spurs are going to trade Vassell. I know fans are lukewarm on him this year, and I don't want to say I've been critical, but I've certainly called him out because he's been inconsistent. His 3-point shooting since becoming a starter has been not good. But then we see these moments where we're like, man, he can really ball. So it's been tough. But I think the Spurs are going to stick with Devin. Whatever they do, I'll trust the process. Romeo, good evening. Brian, good evening. Matt, you're right. Maddie, Caesar, Go Spurs, go to you. Michael has Wemmy dropping 50 tonight. Where can someone say Alex Sarr is ahead of Steph? I mean, Anvil, he just won Rookie of the Month. Steph hasn't won Rookie of the Month at all, has he? Good evening, Levi and friends. And you know what? Let me pull up Devin Vassell's stats because whenever I say something, I want to back up what I'm saying to make sure it's factual. By the way, we are getting close to 50 thumbs up. I'd like to get to 50 thumbs up before the jump ball, which will probably be in a couple minutes. If you guys help the brother out, you know what the thumbs up is. All right. Devin Vassell and I know I just did a video on this a couple days ago, but I think he's been shooting. Yeah, his last 3 games have not been good from three. 0 for 6, 1 for 4, 1 for 6. He's 2 for his last 16. That's Zach Collins territory. Sorry, Zach. That's where you're at. So since becoming a starter, he sat out the game on December 6th. He played every game since, and he became a starter on December 8th. So we got a small sample size, but still a sample size. Devin, since becoming a starter in 12 games, so these stats have changed since I did the video. He's played 4 games since. He's shooting 28% from three. Really struggling from 3-point land right now. Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, Demasel, Chris Paul are the starters for our Spurs as they are normally expected. And for the Bulls, well, I don't see him yet. Now I do. Zach Levine, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White with the best hair in the NBA, and Josh Giddey. My man O is out tonight. And he kind of cooked us last time, didn't he? I always butcher his last name, but Ao I think played really well off the bench in the first game against the Spurs. He's not going to be available tonight, so that will help. That'll help our Spurs clearly. Spurs are playing chess with the Bulls mascot. What? Leo Marlin, thank you for stopping in. Oh, I'm ready for this game. I'm ready for. We can win this, guys. Spurs can win this. This can be a win. All right, it's me revenge. I'm trying to get the players lined up. A little issue here. Let me just move this down a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, you can see everybody. Players are on the court, and away we go. Spurs win the jump ball. Let me pull up the chat. I couldn't see it briefly there. Follower, good evening. We back and ready, baby. Go Spurs, go. Thank you for the super chat. He dropping the fire. Owen, go Spurs, go from the Philippines. Follower Price, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And I looked away and I heard turnover by the Spurs. Yes. Just the way we want to start. What a turnover. All right. Kobe White with the ball into the paint. Layup is no good. Wemby with the rebound, and Wemby's been a rebounding machine lately. Can he keep it up tonight? I hope so. Wemby with the ball right now for the Spurs. Toss it into Sohan. Sohan back out to Wemby. Over to Vassell. 10 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Both teams still looking for their first bucket. One game just starting to. Devin pull up Jake. All right. Spurs up 2-0. Rub Jim, what's going on? Tommy, Sarbus, Carol, Ian. Well, hello to all of you. And yes, Vassell with the mini. Spurs versus Bulls have been super intriguing in 99. Jordan retired at that point, William, didn't he? Wasn't Jordan gone at that point? I think Pippen left too. Vucevic gets by Wemby, throws up the layup attempt, and Wemby knocks it right into the crowd. You cannot enter Area 51, buddy. Levi, speaking of Walker Kessler, here's a real kick in the jubblies. So I did not know this. Check this out. 2 years ago, well, 3 years ago now. With the 20th overall pick, the San Antonio Spurs select Malachi Branham. With the 22nd overall pick, the Utah Jazz select Walker Kessler. He's right there, guys. Sohan's open for three. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, God, his form is an albatross, but he made it. Will Jones? Yes, he did block that dish. Game just started. I think he has one or two. Welcome back, Brian. Zach LaVine from the free throw line. No good. Just Paul with the rebound. And the poll is in regards to Zach LaVine, not Zach Collins. My apologies. I was not thinking of Zach Collins at all. Spurs ball, 15 on the shot clock. Wemby in the paint. And loses the ball. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with San Antonio. Thank you, Artist Jim. Appreciate that. That block was a statement block. And get it out of here. Sohan with the jumper at the rim after the inbound pass, and Spurs up 7-0. Patrick Williams and take off, drives the paint, and sees Wemby and kicks it out. Instead, they go around the world. Giddy for three in the corner. In and out burger. Wemby with a rebound. Did she? Really great. She a hottie? Wemby for three. That is short. That was a long three. Most of Wemby's threes are long. No good. Romeo, I don't think we're going to be aggressive. Vucevic for three. No good. The Spurs are not going to rush the rebuild. I mean, I think the full rebuild's pretty much over, but they are still building. I don't think they're going to rush it and be overly aggressive. 7-0. Bulls have not scored yet. Spurs ball. And Wemby just throws it away. Cowboy X Factor, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Carol, I wish MJ never played with the Wizards. I hate seeing those 2 years. She's I don't know who she is, but apparently she's hot. Vucevic with the pull up, no good. Wow, Bulls cannot buy a bucket right now. Chris Paul bringing up for San Antonio. Bulls 3 minutes in and still scoreless. Vassell's going to drive, gets into the paint, gets mugged, and jump ball. Michael, Wemby had his moments where he's still very young. He just turned 21. He's going to make mistakes at that age. And Kokoshibo, I do agree. Defense wins championships. Zach LaVine on the Spurs. His injury history really worries me. McCaff, good evening. Is Collins officially the second highest paid player? I think this year, doesn't Kellen make more than him? And Harrison Barnes as well? I want to say he's fourth because he's making like 16 and a half this year. I could be wrong. Giddy in the paint, gets it up to Vooch. Vooch against Wemby. And another block by Wemby. Vic will bring it up for the Spurs. And alley-oop to Sohan. And too much alley and not enough oop. Sohan couldn't quite convert the alley-oop. And that's, I don't know if that's a missed shot or a turnover. And finally, a bucket for Chicago. Kobe White drives in the paint, gets a layup. And Mitch Johnson not happy that the Bulls finally scored. Called a timeout. Nick Richards makes her feel nice. I choose Ben Richards. Colin, good evening to you. What does Wemby officially have 3 turnovers? Planet? Is that what they're crediting him for? Oh man, you're gonna have a quadruple double with turnovers, or a triple double with turnovers. While I'm on back in New Jersey, I laugh at the Giants. So if anybody that doesn't know, I think most of you know, I'm a New York Giants fan, and what a freaking joke they are. They're awful. I want to pull up the contracts. I think Zach Collins is our. I don't think he's the highest paid, second highest paid player on the team for this year. I don't know where I search for. Sport Track might pull it up. And not that I'm doubting the viewer that put it in. This is for my own peace of mind. But I also said I don't think they have the second high. Like he's not. I want to check. Oh, put in contacts. I want contracts. Contracts. Google. San Antonio Spurs team pair. Oh, Basketball Reference has it. All right, for 2024-25, our highest paid player is Devin Vassell, 29.3 million. Number 2 is Keldon Johnson at 19. Number 3 is Harrison Barnes at 18. And Zach Collins is number 4 at 16.7. So I actually nailed that one. I spent a lot of time on Basketball Reference, probably too much time. After that, Victor Wembanyama, 12.7 million. Chris Paul, 10.4 million. Everybody else is making under 10. And I'm actually surprised. This is based on his lottery position. Stefan Castle's our 7th highest paid player at 9.1 million, just barely ahead of Trey Jones. Solheim's making 5.5. Malachi Brandon's making 3.2. Champagne's making 3. The lowest paid player on the roster is that's not a G League contract. City Sissoko at 1.9 ish. Charles Bassey's just ahead of him, as well as Mamu, both around 2.1. So you look there, our 4 highest paid players, sometimes they produce, often some of them don't. I'm looking at the guarantee. Vassell is signed for the next 4 years as well 27, 27, 24.6, and then 27. Kellen signed for 2 more years, 17 and a half, 17 and a half. Harrison Barnes is due to make 19 million next year. Zach Collins is due to make 18 million next year. He would be the 3rd highest payer if he's still at the Spurs next season. I'm done rambling on the contracts. Just want to draft some facts because we're talking money. So there we go. Steven, hello there to you. Can't honestly understand the Giants don't have. William, they beat the Colts for whatever reason, and then your Patriots botched it yesterday by winning. And I get it. There are people that are playing for their careers, so I understand. But I was talking to a friend tonight, a couple friends, and it's like, why now do all of a sudden have the ball? Where was this all year, right? Mara should be already out of patience. Pat McCaff, I would say everybody's tradable except for Wemby, Sohan, Vassell, and Castle. I know I've been, I've had Vassell under a microscope this year, but I don't think he's tradable yet. Mudbender, Wemby does struggle with the turnovers, and I looked away, and that's a 3 for the Bulls. P. Williams, I think, shot that. Not Patrick Williams. Spurs up 10-5. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be stay with the Spurs. They have 16 on the shot clock. If you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few legs. Does Wemby have 2 turnovers or 3? I'm seeing different stats in the chat. Does he actually have 3 or 2 already? I hope it's only 2. Devin Vassell's going to fire off another 3, and that one is short. Giddy with the rebound. 10-5. Zach Levine. I don't think he scored yet with the ball right now for Chicago. Over to Vooch. Vooch wheels it around to Alonzo Ball's checked in. I was a little surprised to see him. Vooch back with the ball, kicks it out. Williams passes it right to Devin Vassell. That's a turnover. And Devin will wait for the rest of the Spurs to get up the court. That was a bad turnover. Can we trade our Zach for Chicago, Zach? Oh, no, Wayne, we can't. Vassell, pull up jumper. Good. 12-5. What it do? 5-lug racing. Thank you for stopping in. Vassell's off. He's off to a good start. Patrick Williams for 3. Patrick Williams is looking good tonight. All right. Webby's going to take a 3. Swish. Okay, now it's a 3-point shooting contest. Spurs are a better team without Sohan. Monster Jam Screen, what's up? Rose, somebody put in Levine for 3, no good. Put a comment on a video. He said that the Spurs, without Sohan, have a winning record. Wemby for 3 again, no good. Off the rim a couple times, but no good. Without Sohan, they have a winning record. And when Jeremy Sohan plays, they have a losing record. I wasn't able to fact check that. I just forgot to. Zach Levine gets in the paint and blows the dunk. Wow, that thing went into the backcourt. Bulls get the ball back. Giddy with the pass out to Vooch, open for 3. No good. And we're going to have a foul on somebody. Well, I'm not going to say Sohan's trash. Whoa, no way. His 3-point shot is rough. He's one of our, I would say he's a top 3 defender in our team. I'd probably put Wemby, Castle, and Wemby's clearly number 1. I don't think anybody would argue with me there. After that, Castle and Sohan, I would say, no particular order, probably our 2 best defenders after that. I don't know. Vooch with the jumper, good. Little turnaround, Jay. Did we already make more 3s, Grant? Modi de la Paz, thank you for stopping in. Sohan's open for a corner 3. It's no good. Did Bassey check it? Oh my gosh, we have a Charles Bassey sighting. You're right. Oh my gosh. Vooch wanted a foul, missed a shot, not going to get it. That might have been a turnover. I'm not sure. Spurs ball. Vassell for 3 again. Nope. No good. We got a Charles Bassey signing. Hey, would you guys rather have Jeremy Sohan for the next 5 years or Zach Collins for the next 5 years? Nice layup by Giddy as he gets around Charles Bassey's outstretched arm. 15-12. Josh, bro, Barati, thank you for stopping in. Go Castle, go. What's up? Our left turn. The injury history with Zach Levine scares me. I don't like trading for players that have a long injury history, and he does. CP3 with the ball, 12 on the shot clock. Chris crossing over, gets it out to Vassell. Vassell's going to get it back to CP3. Chris will throw it over to Barnes. Barnes with an off-balance 3, and he nails it from the corner. Happy New Year, Fresh Zero. That was a great shot. I'd rather have hemorrhoids. Jeez, Joshua. You know well, Josh. I haven't seen you well. Hopefully you had a nice holiday and a Happy New Year. Josh Giddey would have way off the mark 3. Barnes with the ball again, drives in the paint, and a nice layup. And Harrison Barnes taking over the game a little bit here. 20-12. It is Bulls ball, 16 on the shot clock. Josh getting again into Vooch. Vooch working on Bassey. Turnaround little jump hook, no good. Bassey with the rebound. What's up, Blue Panda? Thank you for stopping in. By the way, slow mode is off tonight with the chat. Is the chat working better? That's a missed 3 for the Spurs. Fast break for the Bulls. And an easy dunk. Easy dunk for Zach Levine. Is the chat working better now tonight, guys? Aaron, good evening. Bart, what's up? I'm shutting slow mode off probably from this point on because apparently it just causes delays with messages or you can't type messages. And Monster Jam, we need the Hawks to go on a massive losing streak, like 18 games like we did last year. And a steal by Josh Giddey picks Vassell's pocket. And Levine won another dunk. What just happened? They took the point away? Or the foul before the dunk? There's a lot of yelling. So Giddey with the steal, Vassell hustling up the court. Oh, Vassell blocked a shot from behind. I didn't realize he blocked it. That was a beautiful block by, oh my God, I'm sorry. Vassell blocked that shot. I thought he made it. That is way better now. Thank you. My apologies, guys. I caught the tail end of that. I don't know what happened there. I thought he made it. And that was a beautiful block by Vassell. It is still Chicago ball as it blocked out. It was a beautiful hustle play. That was a great hustle play. Williams misses a three. Vassell really going for it tonight. He's been watching my videos, our videos. No, he hasn't. Stefan Castle with the ball right now for the Spurs. Out to Devin Vassell, 12 on the shot clock, 3 minutes to go. Spurs up 20-14. Back to Castle. Castle fakes the three, takes off, gets into the paint. The runner's good. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Appreciate your follower. Thank you, thank you. All time Spurs are 20-23 without Sohan. All time. Really? How'd you find that? Interesting stat. Bulls ball. We have a wide open three by Jalen Smith. Yep. We do like to leave guys open for three, by the way. 22-17, 2.5 minutes to go. Vassell with the ball again. He's been very active this first quarter. Drops it off to Castle. Steph's going to drive and reset the offense with 10 on the shot clock. Back to Devin. Devin looking for a screen from Bassey. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs. It'll stay with the Spurs. Well, my next, I'm glad he's not. Joey Gutierrez, thank you for stopping in. And we are going to our first TV timeout. All right. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So now that the chat appears to be fixed, I'm not going to do it tonight because I want to make sure that the chat was okay. We will do the little baby Wendy, like the baby Kyle. Oh, baby Kyle, you haven't boot the camera for good luck. All right. Thank you, buddy. But we'll do a little Wemby in honor of his birthday last week. We were going to do it Saturday night, a giveaway, but the chat was all messed up with the slow mode. So slow mode's out and it appears to be working fine. So we'll do a giveaway in later this week. The rest of the crew's with me, by the way. Headband Grogu in the house, rocking his headband on all of the YouTubes. Woo! Yeah. How's it going, baby? Hey, baby. Grid looks huge right now next to Selena. He's one of nine. Anybody can win at Blue Panda. Three Beards, good evening to you. It's gonna be live trivia. But the Spurs won't affect what happens with the Chicago pick they own. The Chicago pick is not lottery protected, top 10 protected. But I'm not going to root for the Bulls to win. No way. 5 turnovers and 0 offensive rebounds. Is that for, yep. Is that for the team or is that for one player? Bonjour, Arno? Yes, Gio, we love giving up open 3 pointers. We just do. Collins ain't playing, Jay. He's not playing. Cassie's back in, so I think the Spurs are still experimenting with their backup center at this moment. All right, so we'll end it at 255 votes. Wemby's going to score more than Zach Levine. Excuse me, Zach Levine. Yep, 18.5 million next season for Zach Collins. Pretty much untradeable. Thank you, Nam. I appreciate that. I mean, everything I do on the channel is out of love. It really is. I mean, I think the reason I've been focusing on Demisel so much this year because I know how good he can be. And it reminds me of Lonnie Walker. And yes, Devin's better than and much more consistent than Lonnie. But when I see a player that shows those games where you're like, you are playing so well tonight, and there's so much potential here, and then you come out and put up a dud or two, and it's like, why? Like Malachi Branham, I was excited about Branham last year. Remember Malachi last year had like 5 games in a row where he scored 20 points. I was like, oh my God, finally, Malachi is hit his stride. You know, he is going to be a three level scorer for us off the bench, or maybe in a starter or something. And then wheels fell off, and now he's not even playing anymore. It's very frustrating because I want every one of our guys to succeed, but clearly everyone's not. I think we're going to see quite a few roster changes between now and not now, between the end of the season and the start of next season. Wemby finds Trey Jones going back door, gets a reverse layup, 24-17. Thank you, William. I'm all out of love. Yes, road trip. When Devin's aggressive, he does play better. That was a tough three by Jalen Smith out. over Wemby's outstretched hand, missed the shot. Penny for a three down the other end. Julian. Now that's one thing I'm happy about. Since going to the bench, Champagny has, I think, could be wrong, but I think he's been playing pretty darn well. 27-17. That's a turnover. The Spurs have a break. Stefan Castle with all the room in the world. Come on! Nice.
Thunder, 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 dunk of justice.
That was awesome. Miss TSR must be going nuts right now. Wow. Jalen Smith for three again, no good. Ball's gonna get knocked out of bounds. And it's Spurs ball. Ernie, she's at home. We don't see each other every day. That was nice. J51. Um, it's in streaky. Vassell is one of the more consistent guys when Wemmy's out. Occasionally Barnes will step up, occasionally Champagny, but we don't have a guy that's consistent all the time, and that's the one thing that we need. Lonzo Ball for three from the corner. Nice to see Ball being out there because, man, injuries have just, ooh, oh boy. Wemby with the ball, throws it over to Castle. Castle's going to almost lose the ball. Nice save by Julian Champagny. Champagny now fires off the three, just short. Chicago ball, 29-20 with under a minute to go. The Spurs will have to lead after the end of the first quarter, barring the Reggie Miller, Tracy McGrady performance. Bobby White won a mile-long three, trying a 2-for-1, no good. Spurs ball. All right, 29-20, I like it. It's weird because somebody told me that we have the fourth best bench in the NBA, but I don't know if it was fourth best scoring bench or fourth best plus minus. I gotta think it might be scoring and not plus minus because our defense is usually pretty bad off the bench. Wemby's gonna force his way into the paint, throws up a very off-balance shot. Chicago ball. No, Spurs get the ball back, and Wemby's not gonna get the shot off. We're gonna take a 29-20 lead into the second. Good start. Amanda, she was a Spurs fan. She is wearing a Spurs jersey here. Maybe this was like around 2014, so maybe she was a bandwagon fan. I don't know. I doubt she is anymore. I don't know if she follows basketball anymore. A lot of complaints, but a lot of want to have. But look, I'm happy about Castle. One shot that I've seen like a small but loud small group of Spurs fans saying we should move on from Castle already. I was like, it's got to be a troll, right? Would you really give up on your fourth overall pick already? I know he's struggled at times this year, but really already? Selena's from San Antonio. I forgot about that. Side note: I want the Lakers to trade Rui and JHS for plus. You want the Lakers to trade? Good afternoon, show enough. Selena is from Grant. I didn't know she was from Texas. I forgot. Johnny Biggs, we do need a big. We Max of football. Good evening to you. Our backup bigs have been disappointing to say the least. All I can say is we were 5-30 at this time last year. Yeah, we are so much better. Yeah, I thought we'd see the inverted pick and roll more with him and Castle. What's good, Falcon Lord? Wasn't that a movie too, Falcon Lord? Maybe it was Falcon Rising with Jean Michael White. No, wait, no, did I say his name wrong? Michael J. White. Wow, I'm a little tired. Welcome, Giovanni. No one knows how to hate on Spurs Spurs fans. I get where people. You're welcome, Sabrina's Beauty Scene. Thank you for stopping in today. I get why people are critical of Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, those type of players. But the guys that I mean, I get it. It's part of it might be too that the 5 years of losing has kind of worn out Spurs fans, and maybe I'm guilty of this too. We're expecting things to turn around, an immediate return, a quick 180 because we were spoiled before. I wasn't a fan back then, but the Spurs were bad. David Robinson came in, instant playoff team. Robinson got hurt. Duncan comes in, and granted, David came back as well, but an instant playoff team. Now we got this unicorn in Victor Wembanyama, and we're thinking when he's drafted last year, playoff team. Nope, we were 22-60 again with an 18-game losing streak in there. So I think that was very Yeah, it felt off because that's what maybe what you're not used to. Little did we know though, the Spurs were they were bad, that year without Wemby, and they were still bad that year with Wemby, as he was, a young kid, first year in the NBA. Wow, air ball by Patrick Williams on the three. Wemby with the rebound. Commander striker, no. Butler, no. Butler's got a lot of not good baggage on his resume in regards to how he's left other teams and asking to be traded. It's not the kind of player you'd want as a leader in a locker room. Keldon's going to take a quarter three. Oh, it's an air ball. Applesauce, indeed. Yes, Sirski, hello. Keldon with the air ball and a whistle and a turnover, and then it's going to be Spurs ball. Bulls send it out of bounds. Yep, Keldon in the air balls. Sabrina, Mitch has been a little hit or miss for me. The Spurs have been playing well under him. Some of his lineups, though, I'm not a fan of, like when Trey Jones and Chris Paul are on the floor at the same time. I'm not a fan of that lineup. Or when we was running Jeremy Sohan as center and we're going small ball, not a big fan of either. We have a stoppage and play. It's a whistle on Kobe White. I mean, I can't get upset when the Spurs lose too much because I'm a Giants fan. So our Spurs have direction. That's one thing we have to remember. No, we're not a finals team right now, but we have direction. We have our franchise player in Victor Wembanyama. An alley from Castle to Wemby. Boom! There it is. Area 51 in the house. Oh, William, it was very much an overwhelming no. The age, the contract, the attitude, everything just screams no. And Calvin playing some defense causes a turnover. Nice to see a little Area 51 going. Castle going to drive in, kicks it out to Keldon for an open three. Keldon for three, and Castle getting some assists this quarter. Nice. And that's a timeout. Spurs up by 14. Regis Butler is not Spurs compatible. He's not Spurs material. I wish him well wherever he goes. No. We already dealt with Dennis Rodman for if you're old enough for 2 years back in the 90s. We don't need another diva like that. When Castle's playing like this, he had been a little too aggressive, I think, with his own shots recently, where he's driving in the paint. But now he's getting it out to the open guy, and if he's going to be a point guard someday for us, that's what we're going to need. Yes, you're going to want to shoot when the shot's there, but if defenses collapse on you, there's going to be somebody open. As a Giants fan, you should thank the Bills for out-taking the Patriots to keep the number one pick out of their hands. I can't believe the Patriots won yesterday. That was a shocker for sure. Bobby February, what's going on? I like Castle. Dennis Rodman. Well, Joshua, if you remember, that was a weird trade because the Spurs traded Sean Elliott for Dennis Rodman, and then eventually we get Sean Elliott back from Detroit, which I'm not sure we traded anything or just signed him because I think he failed his physical in Detroit, and then eventually would trade Dennis Rodman for Will Perdue. That worked out pretty darn good for Chicago because then they three-peated again. What's up, King Jorge? By the way, it's gonna go Spurs go up. G51, I slightly disagree with that. I was actually thinking about that today. I don't think we're one player away because our bench needs work. I think we are one starter away from the starting lineup being complete. Forward position, I think we need a need there. I'm still sticking with Jeremy Sohan now. I'm not ready to give up. But Wemby, Sohan, Vassell, Castle slides into the point guard spot next year. We're, I don't think Harrison Barnes is the forward of the future. He's on the wrong side of 30. We're one starter away with the bench. The bench still has a lot of holes, especially at backup center where Collins and Bassie. Collins is clearly not the guy. Some of you said, well, Collins will do well as a four off the bench. I don't know. I like Champagny. I like what he's doing off the bench. Keldon's kind of been hit or miss. Trey Jones, I don't see staying with the team. A lot of our younger guys might leave after the season by choice or not by choice. Malachi Brandon, Blake Wesley, Mamu, etc. So I think the bench needs some work. So one starter and maybe two bench players, and we're there. We're not far away though. Toby, his rebounding's improved a lot. Dave, the argument that the Spurs are chucking the Bulls. Romeo Spurs fan for life, indeed. Spurs traded draft pick. Oh, Bill Curley. I totally forgot who that was, Albert. I forgot about Bill Curley. I think most people have forgot about Bill Curley. What I also like about Castle is if he's having a bad game, he doesn't let it deter him from still balling. You know what I mean? Like I hate to use Lonnie Walker as a reference again, but you could literally see his confidence disappear on the court and he would stop playing well. Castle's not at this moment nowhere near good enough shooter to play the two. The two is a shooting guard, and he doesn't have the efficiency, which means you're also moving Devasel to small forward. We'd be way too small at that point. I mean, Fox is what 6'3", so that's too small of a lineup for the Western Conference. By the way, we had a couple missed shots. Let me focus on calling the game. 34-20, Spurs up by 14. This ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it's off of Spurs. Patrick Williams lost his dribble. Else leaning to show the game? Right. And Will Fuller to show the game.
Sucker!
I do see Darren Fox is still out there in the news, but I'm torn on that. Because if you bring him as our point guard, what do you do with Stefan Castle? Is he the backup point guard next year, in the next couple years? Pull up jumper is good by Jalen Smith. Nice Eric Dickerson glasses, Jalen Smith. Castle's much bigger. He's 6'6". Trey is what, 6', 6'1". Castle's much more burly than Trey Jones. Much more girth too. What? Champagne's wide open all day for three. He makes a three. Longest lead of the game for the Spurs, 15 points. David Pekarski, that's the plan, I hope. Devin at the 2, Castle at the 1. And a whistle on what appears to be Kellen Johnson. Spurs up 37-22. San Antonio Hotspur popping the Champagne. Williams been really well off the bench. I remember people getting ready to get rid of him last year, and I wasn't ready to get rid of him, but I did stand by. I didn't think he was a starter last year, which he didn't play well as a starter at times. But off the bench, I like what he's bringing us. Mateus Bouzalis checks in for the Bulls. Somebody we could have drafted at 8. Just throwing it out there. I don't know while he's playing this year or while he's not. Giddy with the runner, no good. Back to Bouzalis. Bouzalis takes it at Wemby and it's blocked. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Chicago. They did, William. Firing Coach Brown was their big move. I don't know if they're going to. They're actually playing better, aren't they, since firing him? Backup center, one more star. Castle will improve. Pretty accurate. Bouzalis is bad at shooting. I guess we don't want him. And yes, David, Castle does have that dog in him. That's a missed shot. Rebound, Wemby. He'll bring it up the court for San Antonio. Gets it up to Castle. Castle's going to drive in the paint, and he gets blocked. That's where I don't. That's where I don't like. That's where he needs to learn to not do that. Where the offense isn't set yet. He's driving to the paint. The defense collapses on him, or at least one other player collapses on him, and then it causes a turnover, a block. Spurs fast back in transition though, get a layup, and they got the ball back, and it's 39-22. We're up by 17. Gisele's 3, no good. Long rebound falls in the hands of Josh Giddey. Giddey into the paint, kicks it out. 3-point attempt is in and out for Jalen Smith. The Bulls get another offensive rebound. Patrick Williams for 3. All right, so we give him a second chance opportunity and a third chance opportunity to finally make one. Who would we trade for? Who would we trade for? The thing is, we need a backup center. Appears to be a big need for the team. I don't know how we move on from Zach Collins' contract. We'd have to trade Zach and a pick, and a good pick, I would think, not just a second rounder, like some kind of first round pick or a pick swap or something to unload that contract and bring somebody else in. Want me a 5.7 boards, 2 assists, and 4 blocks. Doing everything. All right. WZH, I don't think they're going to try to lose. I think they're just going to lose because they're not good. Wemby has been rebounding fantastic lately. I'm glad to see that because I call him out. I'm like, dude, you're 7'4". How are you grabbing like all these games where he's grabbing 5 or 6 rebounds? Now he's been a rebounding beast. Exactly, William. Love his aggressiveness. His decision making will improve as he gains experience. And Mitch has pretty much let him play through his up and downs. And Marvin, and MVP, I like it. I like MVP. Mikey sighting. Thank you, Bobby. Says smash that like and yes, up by double digits, Dennis. Bulls really want their unprotected pick. Not unprotected. It is protected 1 through 10. And then next year it rolls over protected 1 through 8. They need to incorporate Wemby on all plays. Pretty much. Wemby is already plus 16. I'm not surprised. Yep, yep. Well, JBG, I don't know if we'll ever see another player have the Jordan mentality, but if he can be, 3/4 of that, we're okay. Are we allowed to trade Zach Collins to a EuroLeague team? I don't think so. And Alex, he is playing more into the rim, which I like that. Hey, Jacob, thanks for stopping in. I prefer victory over MVP. Well, I prefer lots of victories with a MVP. Rocky Zazarski could be there for. I don't know Rocky Zazarski. I don't know that name. Draft. So the Spurs looks like at this time looks like they'll have two picks in the teens. If everything plays out, we'll have our pick, the Hawks pick. Probably won't get the Bulls pick. No way we're getting the Hornets pick. The Hornets suck, so their pick is not going to convey. We have the Hornets lottery protected pick. We have their first round. I'm sorry, we have their first round pick, but it's lottery protected. They're like the third or first worst team in the NBA. We're not getting the Hornets pick, so that's out the door. We will have our own pick in the Hawks pick no matter what. It's just a question of where they land. Evening, Angie. I'm doing very good, thank you. Jordan, Three Beards. I think he won a championship in his sixth season, 6 or 7. Announcer said Wemby wants to start a chess league with NBA players. I have been to 3 Spurs games, Sabrina. SBS, Marvin Merrill. We got a match salary too there, and I don't watch any Butler. I know there's a handful. There's not a handful. There's some Spurs fans that do. I don't think that juice is worth the squeeze. Barnes for 3. Air ball. Sheldon catches the air ball. That was a pass, right? And now a foul on the Bulls. Clock issue. Spurs ball. Clock issue. Hello, John Lou. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, Jeffrey Wemby's not scoreless, is he? No, he's got 5 points. He's not scoreless. He hasn't scored a lot, but he's not scoreless. Scoreless means 0. We get the ball into Castle. Forces a shot. Tough shot, no good. Harrison Barnes with the putback. We're up by 16. We do need a backup center so bad. I think Danny Ainge is going to want way too much for Walker Kessler, though. And Castle with a steal. Bad pass by Chicago. And Castle turns it right back over. Bulls with a fast break. Levine in the paint. Layup good. Good evening, Greg. Thank you for stopping in. Butterfly go, Spurs go. Jimmy is older, expensive, disgruntled, and it doesn't fit the timeline. And that's from a Jimmy Butler. Exactly, David. Oh, what's happening here? I think, yeah, Keldon just scored in the paint. 43-27. Jordan first title in 7th season. Okay. 6 full season. All right. So William, I was kind of right on both ends. Adrian, I'll be back there again at some point with my girlfriend. I just don't know when. Butterfly, did you say what a game?
Sucker!
Butterfly, no. Definitely not. Rough pull away by Wemby. Good morning, Joe Dindo. One thing we have to remember, though, Jordan came into the league at a later age. He played 4 years of college ball. And when Jordan came into the league, not to defend him too much, but he had to deal with a Celtics dynasty and a Detroit Pistons team that was really good in the Eastern Conference. I know people say, well, he didn't start winning to get Pittman. Yes, but also look what he was going against. That Celtics team had 5 Hall of Famers. 5 Hall of Famers. McHale, Parrish, Bird, um, Bill Walton, and is Dennis Johnson in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. Some substitutions for the Spurs. They are 45-32, a little over 6 minutes ago. Jared Williams. Our Giants are picking 3rd overall. I don't know what's going to happen. Barnes for 3 from the corner. No good. Fight for the rebound, and the Bulls will get the rebound. Are we going to get a quarterback? Are we going to get that wide receiver, cornerback? What's his name? The Titans, the Browns, and the Giants. The Titans are probably taking Cam Ward. But do the Browns take Sanders? Deshaun Watson's still under contract next year, but he's been Oh, 3 years of Pistons were great back then. Diego from the Philippines, thank you for stopping in. Bring back Pirtle. Nice. Shoot, what's that kid's name? Damn it. Brandon Lee, good evening to you. A wide receiver cornerback that's like been hyped. I can't remember his name. Right. Chris Paul from the elbow. Good. Travis Hunter. Thank you, our left turn. Travis Hunter. We're gonna bring it back, Kawhi Butterfly. I know you're a fan. No chance. No chance. Past his prime, always injured, gonna be way too expensive. Not happening. I want Block of Pirtle back. Lonzo Ball for three, short, no good. Vooch with the rebound to put back by Vooch is good. And the Bulls are slowly coming back. Steelers are first round exit. You never know in the playoffs. Playoffs. Devin Vassell out to Harrison Barnes. Barnes drives in the paint. The runner is in and out. The Barnes runner is no good. Chicago ball, 5 minutes to go. Giddy with the runner down the other end, no good. And a putback dunk by Vooch. Wemby comes out, and the bench is doing bench things. Vassell pull up jumper. But Devin has been playing very well tonight. Turtle head Leo Marlin, Jakob Turtle. Turtle, because it rhymes with turtle. I don't know if he's a turtle head, but did you say turtle? Levine drives in the paint layup. We have no defense right now without Wemby there. Browns should take a quarterback, but they might not, being the Browns. Bassey with the pull-up little short jumper good. As a Giants fan, I would prefer Cam Ward. And a turnover by the Bulls. Were they going for an alley-oop? I don't know what just happened. The sell for three from the corner. In and out burger. Sohan with the rebound and put back, and it's good. If you didn't know, Jeremy Sohan's the best offensive rebounder on the Spurs. Just throwing that out there. Did I put the points on the wrong side, Kokoshibo? Is my score wrong? Oh, it's 53-38. My bad. The Spurs are the fourth worst rebounding team. We don't need a center off the bench. We need a starting center. And if we were able to get, would you guys, I mean, it sounds like you guys would like Wemby at the four, which based on how much he's shooting threes would kind of make sense. But we put Jeremy Sohan at the three. Usually your small forward is somebody can shoot. And right now, Jeremy can't. Will he ever? Maybe. I hope so. And the Giants, I'd be ready just in case Ward or Sanders are there. Hard left turn, yeah. It's gonna be a fun draft. I can't wait. I will be covering the NFC East teams next weekend. Not live. I don't do live football. That's not live stream football like this. But I will cover the end of the Commanders game and the Eagles game because I'm very curious to see what happens with them because, well, yeah. I have the score correct. Now, wait, no free throws for either team, Spleen? Is that correct? Ethan, yo, what's up? Is no free throws? Good. Let them play. Let them play. Just like in Godzilla. Let them fight. Well, let them play. You hate Wemby at the four? I mean, I think he's a five. Some people say he's a bigger Kevin Durant. We saw him play at the four last year with Zach Collins. Asterisk, Jeremy point, so him point guard experiment was going on then, but still, at the four, he'd not play as well. When he moved to the five, that's when he really started balling, and he's been playing his best basketball this year, and he's been the five all this year. Devin Bennett, Zach Collins for 2-3. Zach Collins hasn't played yet. He on the bench. And there is a foul on the Spurs. Blue fan, yeah, it didn't work out. Wemby should be an all-star this year. I voted for him. Hopefully you guys did too. Oh, that Denver Nuggets loss was soul crushing. But we got him the night before, so it is what it is. Levine pull up good. Chicago playing much better late in the second quarter. 53-40, 3:40 and some change to go. They get the ball to Sohan. Sohan in the paint. Throws it out. To an open Vassell for three and a good. Sohan with an offensive rebound. Back to Harrison Barnes. Barnes in the paint. Barnes runner is no good. Fouled. He's going to the line for two. Who just said we hadn't have any free throws? Well, there we go. You can vote every day, multiple times, Michael. Yes. Champagne splits at 3, October 35, November 36, December 39, and January 56. So, yeah. And he came off the bench. What, starting in December? Vote Wemby for All Star early and often. OKC and Spur. Oh, Jed. I didn't even realize that. 1 and 8. Wow. Harrison Barnes misses the first free throw. Sean Lamp might be a grandpa soon? What? I hear a lot of please likes in the chat. Did we get to at least 100 thumbs up? Are we close to 150? Our Spurs are looking great tonight. Oh, we're way over 100 thumbs up. Well, let's get to 150. Let's not stop there. We're at 137. We can get to 150 before halftime. I know you guys can make it happen if you haven't hit the thumbs up yet. Right. Dang, Rich. Get your score right. I'm asking for thumbs up, and I put the point on the wrong side. And I looked away, and Zach Levine scores again. 200 likes. There you go. I like that butterfly. Go big. All right, Joe Nindo. Good evening or good night. Vassell drives in the paint, and off bounds jumper is good. That was a tough shot. That was a very tough shot. 3 minutes to go. Spurs up by 14. And playing one of our better halves of the game. What better halves of the wow. Levine gets fouled, gets a continuation, and gets a off-balance jumper fouled by Bassey, 56-44. Wemby is definitely probably top 5 at this point. We need to get bold. There it is. Angie, I gotta ask, because you were saying it a lot previously. Do you still want Ben Simmons, or are you done with Ben Simmons? The league should be done with Ben Simmons at this point. Lowry Markkinen, David, Danny Ainge is gonna want way too much for Markkinen. Free throw. Good. 11-point game. What do you think when Wemby played for Team France? He looked great. Champagne said the Spurs want to come out aggressively on the defensive end. They definitely good by It's good. And we just missed an alley-oop. That's a turnover. As I looked away in the chat, I believe that was an alley-oop to Wemby. Chicago ball. Levine throws it out. We go around the world. Kobe for 3. Kobe! White. 8-point game. Single digits. Regis, is it a real match? What's that? Yeah, Markin is way too expensive. Way too expensive. Inca Demigod, what's up? I don't really want Bobo either. Can't believe Shaq compared Wemby to Bobo. One of these things is not like the other. Sohan open for 3, fakes the 3, takes off, gets into the paint. Back out to Wemby. Wemby with the 3 with the shot clock expiring. Good! Yes, Tony Kimball, my name is Rich. R-I-C-H. Devin playing some defense. Gets the steal on Kobe. Drives in the paint. Throws it up back to Wemby. Wemby just crushes the rim.
Thunder, 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 dunk of justice.
Pleaded mind. Good evening. The players on the court on the right side of your screen. Kelvin Johnson is not in. Alex, that was a thunder dunk. Oh my goodness. That was a monster jam. Saw Devin looking at the rim and saw one behind him and made the right call. Ball from the elbow. Good. And we're back up by 15. Well, what Jakob would make sense. I don't know what Toronto would probably want a first round pick back for him. We have plenty of them to spare though. He makes, I think, 19 million this year and 19 million the next 2 years. Kobe into the paint. Kicks it out for 3. Mateus Buzelis with an ugly 3. The putback by Vooch is good, but Buzelis' 3 is ugly. Wow. That was wow. TP3 out by the Bulls logo. 10 on the shot clock. We can 2 for 1 here. Gets it over to Sohan. Sohan's going to drive in the paint. Gets it to Wemby. Wemby with the alley-oop to Sohan, and he baby dunks it. So I'm not going to give a thunder dunk for that. A little baby dunk. 150 likes. Nice. Yes, the green monster. We have a whistle. Double dribble turnover on Chicago. Yeah, Pirtle's really he probably is too good to come off the bench. So that's the thing. He's averaging 20 and 15. Some Spurs fans we talked about Vucevic coming here possibly. He's way too good to be coming off the bench. Bulls went 9 turnovers. We have 6. We're winning the turnover war. Inclement weather dunk. William, are we getting a thing up here in New England? My friends in Virginia said they're getting a ton of snow. I keep checking my weather forecast on my phone, and it doesn't look like it says it's going to snow at all this week. I thought we were going to get weather, but is it gone now? Barnes for 3, no good. Wemby with the rebound, and he Throws it away. Threw it right to the bench. Rebounding well, but turning the ball over a little more than I'd like. And the runner at the buzzer is no good by Zach LaVine. The Spurs will take a beautiful lead into the half of 65-50. Collins is overpaid but isn't hurting it. Well, I mean, he's tying up money, G51. He's not playing, and he's under contract next year for 18 million. So in a way that is hurting us. If we can't unload him and he's not playing, you're throwing away a ton of money that you could be using on a player that you actually want to get minutes. Storm is moving south of us. Good. So it's probably not going to hit us. I am okay with that. We have plenty of snow. Can if you want, no, Grant, I'm good. I think you sent me a picture on the Twitter way back. I think it was you. Somebody did. Say it was you, and yeah, I'm good with the snow. I'm all set. I'm all set. I like nice weather. You saw that play from Wemby. That's Jokic like. Jokic. Michael Chandler, go Spurs, go. Snow seems to be screwing with your internet connection. It was you, Grant. Okay, I thought it was. Let's get to the halftime stats. Halftime stats on the way. I hope this doesn't become a blowout. I mean, I'm glad the Spurs are winning, but you guys know I don't like blowouts. I hope the Bulls at least keep it around 10-ish. They'll never really threaten us, but just, hang around to make it seem like the game is competitive. For the Bulls first, Patrick Williams, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. He's only taken threes. He's got 9 points. Vooch with 11 points and 6 boards, but he's 5 of 13 from the field, so he's taking a lot of shots to get those 11. Kobe White with 5, 13. Josh Giddey struggling a bit tonight. He's got 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Jalen Smith also struggling from the 4. He's got 5 points, but 2 of 8 shooting. Lonzo Ball with 3. And the rest of the Bulls bench has not scored. Dalen Terry, Mateus Buzelis, and Julian Phillips all with donuts. For the night, the Bulls right now are shooting 39% from the field and 29% from 3. Ouch. 9 turnovers. They've only taken 1 free throw. They made that 1 free throw. Spurs only taken 2 free throws. They're 1 of 2. Spurs are shooting 57% from the field, so scorching right now. 36% from 3, so our 2-point percentage is off the roof then. We're 20 of 27. All right. Yeah, well over 60%. That's over 66%, I believe. For our Spurs, Jeremy Sohan, 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting, so an efficient game for him. Harrison Barnes with 8 points. Victor Wembanyama with 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks. Does have 4 first half turnovers. And one thing I've noticed with Wemby, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't we see a lot of games where he has 3 or 4 turnovers in the first half? And then he only has maybe 1 turnover in the second half. He seems to correct that for whatever reason in the second half of a lot of games. CP3 with 4 points and 8 assists, no turnovers. Very nice. Vassell a little bit more aggressive tonight, 11 points on 5 of 9 shooting. Really filling the stat line. He's got a lot of triple single going here. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers, doing a little bit of everything. Off the bench, Julian Champagnie with 6, Keldon Johnson with 7, Charles Bassey with 2, Trey Jones for 2, and Stephon Castle with 4. Castle also had 4 assists. So he was doing a pretty good job running the second unit when he was out there. Spurs up 65-50. They outscored the Bulls 29-20 in the first. 36-30 in the second. Those are your halftime stats. And we'll talk to the chat. And we'll talk to the chat till the third quarter starts. All right. Make sure I didn't miss anything. In Furnace, welcome in. Little late, but better late than never. Richard with Bobo and Ben Simmons, we would never lose. Ultimate saying good evening. Ben's, Angie, I'm not trying to troll. Ben Simmons has been awful the last few years, right? Like absolutely awful. El Abuelo de Superman. Good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. Helen, good evening. Trade Bassey, Malachi, and Collins for a big that should suffice. That would be about 18, 20, 23 or 24 million a contract. After the last few years, I love a blowout. Fair. Inferno, we are having a great first half. Gregor, am I on a blowout? Okay, I mean, hey, whatever happens, happens. I just hope we win. Mars 78, good evening to you. Okay, a lot of you want a blowout. He always gets the 4 turnovers. He does. He has those 4 turnovers more than often, not in the first half. Why does it seem like they're limiting Castle's minutes? Do they not want to? Well, Chris, the team's fully healthy. I expected it. I knew somebody's minutes would get cut. I expected Castle's minutes to go down. And as predicted, Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley, Sandro Mamakeliashvili, City Sissoko, all getting zero. They are not playing unless it's garbage time now. Great. Yeah, Randall, we got the Bucks Wednesday night. We'll be live for that one, by the way. If you're not aware, big Spurs fan here. That probably should have been obvious, but if you weren't sure, I am a huge Spurs fan. And we've been live for every game, and we will be live for every game this year, barring something weird happening. So we'll be live with the live for the Milwaukee Bucks game Wednesday night. That's 9:30 on ESPN, nationally televised game, I believe. Let me double check that. Steven Z, thank you for the super chat. $5 says thank you for all you do, Rich. Let's go Spurs. And Steven Z, a Go Spurs go to you. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate you. Howdy, Gabriel. Collins on the longest 2-year contract in history. Franklin, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. And I think, let me double check, but I think we're playing Milwaukee at 9:30 on Wednesday. Yes, 9:30 on ESPN. We're at the Bucks. That should be a fun one. And then we got the Lakers Saturday and Monday at 10:30. We have a couple televised games coming up in January, guys. We got the Bucks on Wednesday, the Lakers next Monday on NBA TV, the Memphis Grizzlies on the 17th. That's the following Friday on ESPN. And then we have a back-to-back with the Pacers on January 23rd on NBA TV at 2 p.m. I'm getting out of work early for that game, so I can call the game. I'm leaving at 1:30. I told you I'm not gonna miss a game this year. And then we have another early game Saturday, January 25th at 12 p.m. also on ESPN. 2 games from France. That should be interesting. Let me pull up the chat back up. We're probably getting closer to the third quarter. Let me see. Is Shaq still hyping Bobo? I don't think so. Sabrina, I'm wearing. I mean, I could say it's Chris Paul. It's Kelvin Johnson, but it is number 3. Oh no! I just moved the dang gone thingy there. Was that what I need to do? Did I need to move that? Oh, that's why it's bleeding a little bit. All right. Well, so let's do this. There we go. There, that's nice and perfect. Perfect. TSR got it that time. Ben Simmons with Spurs for Wemby. You guys actually believe that? I mean, think about that. Okay, so think about the starting lineup for a second. Yeah, Wemby at the 5, Barnes at the 4, Sohan at the 3 or 4, Devasel, and Simmons is playing point guard. Simmons and Sohan. Sohan's not a good 3-point shooter. Ben Simmons does not take threes. He does not shoot threes at all. Our floor spacing would be annihilated with Ben Simmons and Jeremy Sohan on the court. Wemby would get double teamed on the regular. You think his double teams were bad last year? Ben Simmons and Jeremy Sohan out there? Forget about it. Oh my gosh. You guys have Chuck Norris in Furnace? Ben Simmons butterfly. Ben Simmons. You remember the All-Star in Philly and the bust in Brooklyn? I don't think Trey Jones is getting traded G51. I don't think he's a free agent after the year. I don't think he's a Spur next year. I finally, by the way, speaking of Ben Simmons, I had never seen it before, but I saw the play against the Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs, and this here is where the downfall started from what I'm hearing from people, where he spins around and he's got a clear path to the basket, so he can throw down a dunk. And he's 6'10", so that's an easy finish for him. And defensive stalwart, former defensive player of the year, Ray Young is coming towards him, and he passes the ball. You're 6'10" with a 6-foot dude coming at you. You got the rim right in front of you, and he passed the ball. And I've heard he's been mentally weak since that point, or afraid to shoot, I guess. Whatever the case is, he was a very talented player. No, maybe not very talented. He was an all-star and a huge point guard, but he could never shoot. He could never shoot. I'm not trying to pick on the guy. He never shoot. I don't know if I've even seen him play. Which positions do I think we're going to draft this year? We need a starting forward. I've said this before. If you're just coming in, the starting lineup next year should be Wemby, Hassel, Vassell, and Sohan, but we're missing a forward, and I got to think they're going to look for some depth off the bench with a backup big if there's one available. I've seen some mock drafts have us taking a point guard. Like, I guess to take Trey. I don't know if Chris Paul's going to be here next year. Like Wesley probably won't be. Trey Jones, I don't know if he'll get a contract extension or not. And if that's the case, that leaves three. That takes 3 point guards off your roster. So we could maybe sign one, or I saw sign him. Sorry, yeah. But draft one. I've seen some folks say we should make a trade for Julian Champagne's brother, which would be crazy because they're twins. Cheetah, there's talk that possibly the Spurs could be making a play for De'Aaron Fox. I don't see it happening. I've been a Spurs fan for 30 years. We've seen two huge trades in my lifetime that I'm remembering. Trading for Dennis Rodman, who was a former All-Star, I think he was an All-Star in Detroit. He was at least Defensive Player of the Year, former NBA champion. Trading Sean Elliott for him, who was an All-Star. Obviously, the Kawhi Leonard trade, which the Spurs were were forced into doing for DeMar DeRozan, just an All-Star for an All-Star. I know the Murray trade and the White trades were huge, but John Murray, Derek White, not on the caliber of say, a Kawhi Leonard. Aloha Federal Flavix. They might re-sign him. D51. I like Trey Jones. The only thing I don't like this year is how passive he's been with his scoring. Because you're going to keep defenses honest, you got to be able to score. And he's been shooting the ball very little. That being said, that could be coming from the coaches too. Maybe the coaches tell him not to shoot. Do I see Larry in the chat? The Dixon way. Good evening. Trey Young is getting an extension. I'm not surprised. Armand, good evening from the Philippines. But Larry, congratulations. The Atlanta Hawks are in the playoffs this weekend, are they not? I think. By the way, Dixon Way, props to him. His channel, your channel is growing faster than mine right now. Your growth over the last few months has been incredible. He covers, I gotta get them all. Let's see if I can get them all. The Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Braves, and the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't know if I'm missing a team there. So, I mean, props to you. You're already at 11,000 subscribers. I swear at the start of last year, you had like around 3,000. That is incredible. Keep it going, man. You're gonna pass me by the end of the year the way you're going. Clint Capella's on an expiring. Clint Capella, the Swiss bank. Salute Hector Jimenez. Is Giddy getting any more rebounds? Dan Whitehead? I don't know. I shut off slow mode, Arno Dill. We had slow mode on because of trolls in the chat previously, and apparently slow mode's broken with YouTube right now, and I'd rather have the chat work. And if we have trolls, we have trolls. So I shut slow mode off, and I'll try to remember to shut slow mode off on every stream moving forward. Yeah, Larry's a cool guy. Road trip the Dixon Way. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out. Drop a subscribe. He's growing like nobody's business, and he's an Atlanta fan through and through. So let's put quarter three up. Let's be ready for that. Gray's been playing, but he hasn't been shooting well. Prince Vic, has he? Isn't his shooting percentage? I mean, he's never been the most efficient scorer, but isn't he sub 40% for the year or near 40%? I want to look it up. You guys know I love stats on I love basketball reference. I absolutely love me some basketball reference. Trae Young shooting splits on the year. Actually, he's been shooting a little well lately, so maybe it's up over 40%. It's just over 40%. 0.402. His shooting splits on the year are 40, 34, and 87. He's averaging 22 and a half points per game. That's actually kind of down a bit from when his normal 26 or so. But he's leading the league in assists at 12 a game, and you know what? The Hawks are winning. And that's, I'm sure, all fans care about in Atlanta. Dyson Daniels has been such a good pickup for them. Well, part of the DeJounte Murray. Getting rid of DeJounte Murray was such a good move for them. Sorry, DeJounte. Dyson Daniels still leading the NBA in steals per game. 3.2 steals per game, and he's only averaging 33.3 minutes a game. His per 36 is 3.4 steals a game. That's incredible. I did not know Dyson was that good defensively with the the New Orleans Pelicans. He wasn't playing much. His rookie season, he averaged 0.7, 18 minutes a game. Last year, he averaged 22 minutes a game, averaged 1.4 steals. But this year, in Atlanta, he's just exploded into a defensive beast, and he's averaging 3.2 steals per game, and he's still young. He's only 21. That was a really good trade for the Hawks and their teams. I mean, yes, they added Zachary Sachet through the draft, but they're not the suck squad we were hoping they would be this year. Is Isabel in the chat? I just saw Isabel's name. It's so late if she is. I don't see her, but maybe I'm scrolling by her. Alan, good evening to you. Hello there. I'm trying to get to hey Ofa, go Spurs go. Hope I'm not missing any miles. Try not to miss anybody. Rizal, thank you for stopping in. Let me throw out this channel real quick. If you are a Spurs fan, what are you waiting for? Not yet. Why haven't you hit the subscribe yet already? Huge Spurs fan for 35 years. Because I'm like old and stuff. For 35 years Spurs fan, we do news videos, trade videos, draft videos, obviously live for every game. Love our team, love talking Spurs with you guys, and maybe a little more aggressive with daily videos this year. If you haven't noticed, I've been a little more aggressive to start. I was like, you know what? I really want to grow the channel this year. Would love to get to 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. There's one he pulls up from the free throw line, but that's a long ways away. It took us 5 years to get to 25, so trying to get 15 more by the end of the year. But I'm gonna try. We'll see what we can do. Josh getting the paint layup is way off. Spurs ball up by 17. Biggest lead of the game. It is Spurs ball. Barnes in the paint. And he's going to strip and he's going to foul. We need a solid backup center. Yes, we do, Prince Vic. Stefan Castle should be the replacement for CP3. Who is a 6'4" or taller point guard that you'd like to see us go after? Me. I'm 6'4". They can go after me. I do remember Terry. Jose, we can do it. I think I need to be more aggressive in the summer. Last summer, I took a lot of time off. Maybe start covering the Yankees in some way. Maybe cover a few Yankees live games. Keep the New York Giants shorts going. Obviously, stay current with the Spurs content. And I'm almost done with the NBA documentary on a player. I'm 4 chapters done, one left. I got to figure out a way to churn those out quicker. If we can get 1 or 2 of those out a month, I think that could really help the channel growth as well. Barnes makes most free throws. Thank you, the Dixon Way. And yes, I am 6'4", Kenny. A lot of folks don't believe me because I don't look tall sitting next to Selena, but I am a legit 6'4". Sabrina's beauty scene. So there's a story here. I have been on YouTube. Larry, you're 6'4"? Nice. I've been on YouTube for this will be year number 19. So I missed a point by the Spurs. It's 71-52. I started off doing an independent film channel in December 2006 when YouTube was in its infancy. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. Low budget films, never garnered any attention. Kobe White drives in the paint, gets the layup good, and was not monetized. Any monetization is just a success level from 2006 to 2016. I think we had 16 subscribers in the middle of 2016. Started doing WWE reactions, UFC reactions at the end of 2016. I was terrible at doing them. Got Whammy for 3. Oof, no good. And started doing death metal reactions at the time too, because music reactions were popular. The channel eventually kind of morphed into something I didn't want it to and ended that channel. This channel started in April 5th of 2019, and it's been the only success that I've personally found on YouTube, and it's been a blast, though, covering the team with you guys, the Spurs and other sporting events. Spurs turn the ball over. Zach LaVine with the ball. Let me focus on the game after my long-winded story. And LaVine shoots the ball and hits a 2 over Wemby. How good are the Giants? NBA team is comparable. Uh, who's the worst team in the NBA right now? Because that's pretty much it. Sabrina discovered us this year. Nice. Yeah, we max it. I love making content. Wemby for 3. Here we go. I just love creating things. That's why you don't see me do memberships or sponsorships. I don't do this because I want to make money. I like making Google ad revenue, don't get me wrong. And I appreciate your super chats to no end because there are expenses for the channel. But I just think that I love it. I've loved making content since I was like 6. Oh my God, Chris Paul with the air ball. Air ball 3. I am tall. That TSR lure was great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. CP3, CP0, they hit nothing. Air ball. Biscuit Buddy, I never would have guessed you were a Spurs fan. Biscuit Buddy, I actually wanted to tell you tonight because I'm wearing it. Biscuit Buddy was very gracious to send this channel to us to the PO box. This is one of my favorite Spurs jerseys. I know Kelvin's been struggling this year, but I love this jersey. You see me wear it all the time. So Would you want Russell Westbrook? No. Wemby is a cheat code the Dixon way. People don't realize just how good he's going to be once he hits his stride. He's 21, and we don't have the best pieces around him as of yet. I think we have a legit championship caliber team in a few years if they get the right players around him, and of course if he stays healthy. CP3 2 for 4 and 9 assists. Yeah, I mean, it was an air ball. I want to pick on anybody that shoots an air ball. You gotta do that. It's an air ball. Worst injured team or worst roster construction? I think the thing is that we built our roster specifically with one direction in mind, and then we got the unicorn of Wemby. We weren't building around Wemby until we drafted Wemby. Now we're trying to build around Wemby. We don't know if the pieces we have all fit. Zach Collins, when he got his contract extension, Wemby wasn't, I don't think he was here yet. Well, no, Wemby, no, he had played well. I'm just saying is, Wemby wasn't in mind when we drafted certain players. Now when we draft, we're thinking of pieces we can put around Wemby. Chris Paul off to not a good start, third quarter turnover and airball. Well, I mean, listen, if he hadn't no turnovers in the first half, it's fantastic. Chris overall has been pretty damn good with the ball this year. And watching you since Jacques Murray was the point guard one for the Spurs when he put up those triple doubles, and I've had a great time watching your streams. I'll show your channel to my friends to help you out. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Teams in a row, 2 picks with wow, David. So wow, that's awesome. Cool. Larry, if Wemby ends up being the GOAT Spur, that means we're gonna have a lot of championships in his time here. Thoughts on Joy Taylor spreading her joy at FS1? I don't know what you're talking about, Mixo. I have no idea. Rich, why do you think many players have a down season after signing a big contract? I mean, you just said it. Some players they get paid, and unfortunately, that's all they want. They just want the payday. The drive's not there to win a championship. Like we heard Jimmy Butler's words recently, and the video I did about him today. It seems like he just wants another big contract. Winning might not be the most important thing. Just getting one more big contract, and maybe some players once they get that big contract, that was the goal. Never to win a championship, just want to get paid. Stefan Castle named Spurs youth basketball commissioner. Nice. Jimmy wants way more money. Yeah, and Jose, this has been the Spurs turning their season around has been a blessing for sure. Missed 3 for the Bulls. Zach LaVine with the putback. The previous 5 years, as you guys know, the Spurs have been a losing team. We've covered them quite a bit each of those years and covered a ton of live games to the point where the Spurs were so bad sometimes in games we have 70 or 80 people watching. And I'm not knocking those numbers in any way. I'm appreciative of anybody that's watching. But it's Wemby for 3. It's night and day where the last 2 games before this one, we had over 1,000 people watching. And that's when there's just a crowd in there like that. I'm like Hulk Hogan. Not the bad stuff, Hulk Hogan, but I feed off your energy. And when there's tons of people in the chat, I feed off of it. Spurs, after the Bulls, Spurs turn the ball right back over. Chicago ball. Let me focus on the game a little bit. Start rambling. 8 minutes to go. 77-58. Spurs up by 19. Kobe White in the paint layup. The best hair in the NBA gets the layup. Man, you've got great moss. John Michael, number 200, thumbs up. Thank you. Josh Richardson. Wow, hard left turn. That's the name I haven't heard in a while. Yes, that was a block by Wemby. I was 100% sure because I caught it at the corner of my eye, but thank you, Kokoshibo. Demasel 3 from the corner is no good. Oh my God, Wemby with the putback. Damn. Oh, Wemby.
Thunder, 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 dunk of justice.
Kobe for 3, good. Anyone know why Julius Randle has no point? Shy McDuffie, I'm just going to guess because I'm not watching the game. He sucks tonight. That's all I got. Wemby out to Vassell, wide open for 3. Nope. Sohan with another offensive rebound and gets the ball stripped. Well, dang it. Chicago ball down by 16. Vooch in the paint. Layup good. Down by 14. Show enough, I will show the game. Absolutely.
Sucker!
Vassell's three-point shooting since coming off the bench has been under 30%. I don't know why his 3 is struggling. He's struggling from 3 and when he was making them off the bench. I think On the bench, he was shooting 40% from three, and since coming off the bench, he's under 30%. Vooch with the jumper, and Mitch is going to call timeout 79-67. We miss TSR and Bear. What about everybody else, Prince Vic? JL and Groot and Jonathan? The refs have been letting them play, and I love it. John Michael says, Yo, TSR, if HEB were to ask you to be in a commercial, would I be up for yes? Are you kidding me? In a heartbeat. I would do that for free. Well, I would ask for them, if possible, to fly me out there and a chance to meet the Spurs. That would be my caveat. I was like, I'll do it for free. Just fly me out there, put me up, and I got to meet the team. And Coyote. Got to meet Yodi, right? Got to meet Yodi. I got to meet Yodi's dad, right? I know the little Yodi. I got to meet the big Yodi. Yep, 47 playing with a plushie. That's how I roll. Well, don't make fun of my Yodi. Rich greater for Vassell. Again, it's because he managed shoots over. Oh, I think you talked about that, Spleen. We may have talked about that in a video where he's shooting over his defenders a lot. He's shooting over smaller guys. Yeah, I think you might have brought that up. My friend works at HEB. She met Wemby while doing. I'm jelly. I'm jelly. I met Sean Elliott. Yo, TSR, if is it or does Sohan have the worst hands of the league? I don't know if he has the worst hands, Elzon goes. There's people that turn over the ball much more. The Pistons are 500? Wow. Oh, Camino Doug Guerrero, thank you for stopping in. I've met Sean Elliott, saw Tim Duncan. He was about 3 feet away from me, and that's it. I would love to have a Spur on this channel. Probably will never happen, but you never know. If we can, I mean, if we get to 100,000 subscribers someday, maybe that's a possibility. How many more times do I have to unsubscribe and resubscribe? David, it only counts for one. That doesn't work. Because when you unsubscribe, it goes -1. When you resubscribe, it goes +1. When you unsubscribe, it goes back to -1. It doesn't work like that. You met Charles Barkley? Nice, dude. Duncan did not yell at me. He was grabbing a piece of cake and went back into his suite. He did not yell at me. So if you guys haven't heard this story, I went to see the Spurs 2 years ago in Texas. And the second game, we were getting annihilated, I think, by the Phoenix Suns, down by like 30 at halftime. It was an awful game. So one of the ushers was a TSR Sports fan. And he was taking me around the arena and got me some free nachos and a soda. Very nice. That was awesome. And I'm walking around, my hands are full, and I'm walking on the top level, and I look to the left, and there's Timmy grabbing a piece of cake, and then turns around and goes in a suite. And I froze because I did not expect to go around the corner, and there's Tim Duncan like right there. So I didn't get a picture, I didn't get to say hi, but I saw him get a piece of cake, and that'll be my one little special moment from that night. The Spurs got blown out. Nice, Cohen. I don't know about snow in DC. I'm in Connecticut, and apparently we're gonna miss it. When we pull up jumper short, Duncan yelled at a friend that asked for. Yeah, but Henry, when did he ask for the friend? Was he with his family? Was he eating dinner? Patrick Williams with the runner. We're only up by 10, guys. The Bulls are coming back. Third quarter Spurs woes tonight. Wemby's open for three, going to take a long three, and it is off the rim and no good. The Bulls can cut this to single digits right now. It's not my jersey. Nice. I'm jealous of you. You got so many of you have met Spurs or got autographs from Spurs, and I got none of that. Kobe White misses a layup at Spurs ball. Dennis selling the paint. Pull up jumper is no good. I like the aggression, just finish wasn't there. Nice. David Robinson is the man. I would love to meet David. Maybe someday. Somehow. Zach LaVine gets it into Vooch. Vooch in the paint. And throws it up over Wemby off the glass. It's single digits. It's an 8-point game. No, only yeah, the air ball started the downswing. Wemby has 6 blocks. Dang. Jeremy Sohan in the paint. Out to Chris Paul. Paul's driving in the paint. And he got fouled. Duncan also ignored an old lady at Dick's Sports. Really? Isn't he like a really chill guy? Or does sometimes he just not want to be bothered? Brian's like, I would love to meet Wemby. But you know what? Meeting Sean Elliott was really cool, and that'll always be a special place here too. Because as he was walking toward me, I said, "Here he comes! The greatest shot in San Antonio Spurs history!" And he started laughing. So that was awesome. You met Tim at Circuit City buying video Chris Paul's at the line for two. He makes the first free throw. We kind of have a game here. Not kind of. We've gotten a game now. The Spurs looked like they're going to blow up Chicago. I said Chicago keep it close, and they are. You know what is nice as Durant with the picture with your students? Really? What's up, Fele Venegro? Go Bulls. Thank you for stopping in, Chicago Bulls fan. Appreciate you being here. Everybody's welcome here. Spurs fans, Bulls fans, Lakers fans, Celtics fans, even LeBron James lovers. I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan. I will give credit where credit is due, what he's been able to do on the court. I just don't like the floppiness and team jumping. Luch drives in the paint, and the little runner is good. I would love to meet Manu Ginobili too. Seems like a cool dude. All right, Spurs ball, 4:44 to go, 81-73. And Charles Bassey sighting again. CP3 from the free throw line. Swish! We got a Charles Bassey sighting. Nice, Kyle. Thank you, Jacob, for stopping in. Go Spurs, go to you. Vooch for three. Man, he can't hit his threes tonight. Long rebound picked up by Chris Paul. Paul's going to take it up the court. He's going to fire off a three. And he hits the three in transition. Nice job, Chris. David, all right. I mean, if I met any of you guys in San Antonio, asked for an autograph, I would sign it. Nobody wants my autograph, but I'd certainly sign it. Makes up Timber. My issue with LeBron is the flopping is so unnecessary because I've said it on the channel. The flopping, the team jumping, the decision. They're just he's so good at basketball, but he does these little things that make him unlikable. Oh, Kellen Johnson just took one to the face, so they just smashed the Johnson. Bulls ball, 86-73, 4 minutes to go. And we're gonna have a foul on Stephon Castle. Zach Levine's gonna go to the line for two. Man, Kobe White's got some great moss. Did I already mention that? White's got some great moss. Well, 3:59 to go. I'm 1 second ahead. There, 3:59 to go. Sold the garbage disposal to David Robinson. No kidding. Hey, they're people. They need stuff. Levine at the line, first free throw. And I do appreciate the refs have been letting him mostly play tonight. We do need some stops to defend voters. Yeah, I think actually might be. Crypto Keeper, good evening. I'd like to see Meat Pop and talk politics. Nice. Right, Phil? I mean, the Spurs have never fouled ever. Levine, one more free throw on the way. And it is a good. I believe Zach's a pretty darn good free throw shooter. Hammer Fist, I usually don't get drinks at sports games because they're way too expensive. I mean, I'm not a drinker anyway. Castle in the paint gets blocked by Buzelis, gets the ball back. Castle's been blocked twice tonight, I believe. That's not what we're looking for. CP throws the ball, 5 on the shot clock. Now Vuchon gets over to Castle. Castle, step back three, tough shot. Won't rim, but that's it. Levine on the run into the paint. Off bounce layup, no good. And ball out of bounds. Spurs ball. Hitter 96. I will not be up for that game. Hello from France, Paulo. Go Wemby, go. MVP. Victory. Esplane, he'll work on that. His decision making needs to get a little better. I will concede that, yes. Kenny, the one time I've been to San Antonio, everybody was really cool. 86-75, 11-point game. Castle with the ball out in three-point land, looking to get it to. We have a foul. We have a foul. On Booch, I believe. Bulls down by 11. And there he is. Wow, really? What Max said? Is that been a common occurrence today? I had no idea. Devin with the ball drives in the paint. Layup. It's no good. Chicago ball down by 11. Get back to single digits again. Lonzo Ball brings it up, drops it off to Josh Giddey. And ball's gonna be knocked out of bounds. It is still Chicago ball, deflected by Julian Champagny. German, but wow. Like, I don't even know that the last two, Paltz and Korzing, I'm drawing a blank on that. Water, David. I'm always drinking water. I'll have a protein shake after this. Levine with the layup, no good. I'm on a pretty strict diet right now. I really want to get in shape this year. And alley oop to Bassi, and that is a turnover. And the Bulls have a fast break on the other end. Levine throws it down. 9-point game. In fairness, that's true. Christian Go Spurs go. Kawhi leaving did leave to us getting Wemby. We don't know how much Castle for a quick three. When he hits it, 3-point shooting is so up and down right now. Oh, Castle's got a headband tonight. I didn't realize Castle's headband power. Luke for three, no good. Vassell with the rebound, 89-77. A little over 2 minutes ago, Castle with 7 points on the night. Champagne's open for three and hits it. Wow, look at that. Back-to-back threes for the Spurs, back up by 15. Giddy to get 7 more rebounds. Dan, I don't think he's going to get 7 more rebounds. Ball at a nice layup in the paint. And our fifth, we just stopped that run with back-to-back threes. Castle in the paint. Throws it over to Kelvin in the corner. Kelvin's three is off. And the Bulls have numbers on the break. And nope, we're going to have Champagne's going to get back and get a foul. Champagne's been shooting very well since coming off the bench. Jordan Jackson, good evening to you. And Wemmy's going to check back in with 1:41. He'll close out the third quarter. Wemby has 13 rebounds tonight, 22 and 13. He has been an absolute rebounding tear the last 2 games and tonight. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. And a terrible pass by Ball's going to go out of bounds. Or was that deflected? Is it Chicago ball? The Spurs are arguing that we might get a challenge here by Mitch. They're challenging it. We got a challenge coming up, guys. Timberwolves scored 20 straight on the Clippers. 20 straight? Really? Let's take a look at the replay. Wow. What referee? What game are they watching? Lonzo Ball throws it out of bounds, and they said it was off San Antonio. They're going to win that challenge. Alzungo too. He hit a three earlier, but yeah, his 3-point shooting has been leaves a lot to be desired this year. I don't know what happened. While we're looking at, I actually want to talk about this for a moment. Oh, they're actually showing the replay. Lonzo Ball loses it out of bounds off his hand. How's that on? That's a terrible call by the refs. That's just a terrible call by the refs. That's going to be Spurs ball. Kelvin's 3-point shooting. Let's talk about this for a minute. So his rookie year, he shot 59%, extremely limited quantity. Throw that out. That was an anomaly. His sophomore year, he shot 33%. His third year was his best year. He shot just under 40%, 0.398. The following year, he started off hot, I remember, and then he had a long bad stretch. He finished at about 33% again. Last season, he shot just under 35%. And then this year, a career worst, 0.276, just under 28%. We don't need him to be a great 3-point shooter, right? But can you get back to around 35%? Because 28% is just bad. Kelvin's scoring has taken a huge dip too, from 3 years ago to this year, from being the guy to a backup again. Well, he split last year as a backup and a starter. 22 points down to 15.7, down to 12.2, and his scoring would be up if he could start hitting some threes. I like Kelvin. I just hate that his 3-point percentage is under 28%. It is Spurs ball. About a minute and a half to go in the third quarter, 92-79. The Chicago Bulls are in the bonus. We got that going for him. Wemmy's going to pull up for three. No good. Long rebound falls into the hands of Trey Jones. Nice hustle, Trey. Spurs get the ball back. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Wemby. Wemby's going to kick it out to Kelvin. Kelvin fakes a three, drives in the paint. The runner is no good. Bounces off the rim, rolls on the rim, and finally rolls off the rim. And/or Fish, you're not the only one. Patrick Williams with a dunk attempt down the other end gets fouled, going to the line for two. I met quite a few Spurs during the last 30 years. Everyone from Willie Anderson, David Robinson, Timmy, Sean Elliott, Lonnie Walker, Calvin Johnson, Thiago Split. Wow. Randy, that's a heck of a list. 2 seasons ago, every team would have traded for Kelvin. Now his value is probably 1 second rounder and an average role. Yeah, his trade value is definitely tanked this Fleeing. I'll admit it. I didn't. I don't think anybody saw his play dropping off this much the last few seasons. It sucks. I like Kelvin. I I hope he rights the ship this year. But the Spurs, I don't want to say he's untradeable, but his trade value is certainly taken a massive hit. Missed the second free throw. Ball's knocked almost out of balance. Kelvin saves it. TSR. I'm sorry. Read the TSR. A-Town breakdown. What's up, man? I saw your community note. What a dumb win by the Patriots yesterday. Champagny for three. No good. Giddy with the rebound. Of course, I could say the Giants had a stupid win last week against the Colts, but people are playing for their careers, so I get it. Ball for three. No good. And the putback is good by Jalen Smith. It's a 10-point game. Vassell line. I'll take Vassell over Lonnie Walker. I like Lonnie, but Lonnie's not even the NBA anymore, is he? Isn't he playing like in Europe or somewhere? Castle with the ball on 3-point land. There's about 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Wemby just falls down. Champagny for three after the Castle dish. Good. Huge three by Champagny. Wemby is okay, by the way. He's running up the court. He may have been bumped. I don't know. He just went down. 95-82. The Spurs will have the lead going into the fourth. Kobe White standing on the Bulls logo. Starts to drive. Gets to the post. Pull up J. No good. And Champagny with the rebound at the end. Good morning, Percival. Thank you for stopping in. Joe Victor, thank you for being here. Patriots are disgraceful. Wow. Yeah, you guys had the number one pick all locked up going into the game and then won. Which the Giants had the number one pick all locked up last week and then had an, an anomaly of a game where they exploded for what, 42 or 45 points versus the Colts. I think that's more than they scored in the previous 4 or 5 games. And then they sucked again on Sunday. So I don't get it. You win $16 at the Spurs win. Well, good luck, Ms. Kids. Thank you for stopping in. Lonnie Walker, the most athletic player who couldn't make a layup. Yeah. Oh, Julian's contract is fantastic. I love his contract. I mean, when we signed him last year, I thought it was a good contract. I'm like 4 years for 12 million, 3 million a year. I didn't think he was a starter, and I still stand by that, but he is a fantastic player off the bench. Go Detroit basketball. Atlanta is now a lottery team at ninth place. And well, probably not a lottery team yet, Dennis. So they would be in the play-in, and if they won their play-in game, then they would be a playoff team again. But if they lost their play-in game, then they'd be a lottery team. Vassell 1 of 7 from three. I'm serious. His 3-point shooting's fallen off a cliff coming off the bench. It just might be I'm sure it's a coincidence, but ever since becoming a starter again, it's just his 3-point shot isn't there. Detroit beat Atlanta. That is fantastic. I shouldn't be happy about that. Well, I should be happy about that. I'm a Spurs fan, right? I'm pulling up the scoreboard now. Those games are all in action. The Pistons. The Pistons play Portland. What are we talking about here? Detroit beat Portland tonight. Is this like yesterday? Let me pull up the NBA standings. I'm confused now. You guys are confusing me. Atlanta Hawks are 18-18. They have lost 3 in a row. Detroit has won 4. Detroit's won 4 in a row? The Hawks, Pacers, and Detroit Pistons are all tied at 18. The Bulls are 16-19. I can't root for the Bulls to win, though. The 76ers are 14-20. They started off, what, 3-12? Better as long as Embiid doesn't get hurt. Good luck there. Ideally, you want the Hawks to be Hawks at best to be a playing team and then immediately lose their playing game. They're a lottery team. It's slim chance we get a high pick with the Hawks because they're going to be a lower lottery team if they are like 13 to 14 somewhere in there. My mouse disappeared. Let's bring my mouse back. And I think I just had a huge dunk by Kelman. I was looking away, trying to get everything situated for the fourth quarter. Dang it. What did I just miss, guys? I know we scored. And the Bulls throw the ball out of bounds. It was a dunk by Keldon. Dang it. I heard somebody yell and I heard a dunk, so I assumed it was Keldon. And Wemby passes the ball right to P. Williams. Bulls on the break. And Giddey with the layup. That was a bad turnover by Wemby. And Mitch Johnson with a quick timeout. Reed Shepard's going to the G League? I did not see that. He's not getting any playing time, is he, David? He's not getting any playing time. Xavier, good evening to you. By the way, Justin, Julian's twin brother, plays very good with Washington, 54 and 39. Wow. I would not be opposed to having both Champagne brothers. I think it'd be actually kind of funny. Trade deadline is right before the All-Star break, I believe, like a couple days before. What's up, Juan from Cebu, Philippines? Johnson for a Johnson, yep, yep. Ernest, we don't need the Bulls to win this game, but we need to have them win their future games. It's getting a little cold in my house. It is the winter after all. Put a Go Spurs go up while I put up the coat on. All right. I'll be here all night like this. I can't seem to get my coat on. Wemby with 5 blocks, but 5 turnovers. Yeah. I think turnovers have been a problem for him. His height is a big part of that. Right, we max it? Yes, he does, Fowler. That's the only knock I can have with Wemby. And I thought he was taking too many threes at the start of the year because he was not making the threes. Now that his 3-point shot has gone up, then hey, go ahead, big man. But the turnovers have been an issue all year. I don't think Gary Neal's coming back. Ernest, yes, it is top 10 protected. Jay goes for his goal from the Philippines. Thank you for stopping in. What is the name of the Timberwolves reclamation project that we had in San Antonio and then went to the Suns? A Swiss Army knife that we do everything well, but we signed him for almost Timberwolves reclamation project and then went to the Suns. We got Michael Finley from the Timberwolves, but I don't think that's who. Is it Michael? No. Is Michael Finley? No. Was it Thiago Splitter? Did he play with the Wolves? I don't remember. I do mind the turnovers, Kokoshibo, because if there's an MVP conversation for him one day, and all things being mostly equal, probably not going to be mostly equal, all things being mostly equal, that turnovers might be the one thing that could stop him from getting an MVP award. Candace, thank you for stopping in. Oh, Phillies with the Mavs. That's right, road trip. I'm getting my people confused. Dang it. Edward Wemby has 22 points and 13 rebounds, so a double-double already. He's got, I think you guys said 6 blocks, so a shot at a triple-double. And if you count turnovers, he has a shot at a quadruple-double, which you don't. Put on that Mr. Robinson's neighborhood jacket. You saw 77. It's cold in here. It's getting cold in here, so put on all your clothes. And I am. We don't have many free throws at all to Clutch Corey tonight as a Spurs team. And Juan Nunez, nothing. Andre, he can. It is Spurs ball. Stephon Castle going to drive, throws it over to an open Keldon for 3. P-Gluck 82, thank you for stopping in. So wait, Wemby lost the block? What? That's some BS. Oh. I think that's Vooch for 3 right there. 97-87, 10-point game. Or was that Levine? It might have been Levine. I don't know, I couldn't see. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. That was Levine. My bad. What was I thinking there? I just saw a white guy behind another player. I was like, that was Vooch for some reason. Castle with the ball for the Spurs. Pull up Jay. Shot, no good off the back rim. Rebound Jalen Smith. Bulls trying to cut the lead to single digits again, something they've been doing all night. They get it to single digits, and the Spurs go on a run. They get it to single digits, Spurs go on a run. Levine for 3 again. Oh boy. This is the closest it's been in a while. Paul Ortiz, I live in Connecticut. Kate hates Diop. Is he? Whoa. Maybe Dean. The Dion Kobe White is in the game. Wemby with the ball right now for the Spurs. Drops it off to Keldon. Keldon with 7 on the shot clock. Out in 3-point land. Looking to drive a little bit ISO. Takes off. Crossover into the paint. The runner. Tough shot, Keldon. He's been doing well in 2-point landing. Yes, Jay, Headman Castle. And yes, Edward, I saw all 5 of the Spurs championships. Kobe White blocked by Wemby. Alberto, Mr. G with a $20 super chat says, "Hey everyone, I usually tune in from Honduras, but I'm excited to say I'm back home in Brooklyn. The energy here is incredible, and as always, Rich, you're putting on an amazing show. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Mr. G, for that $20 super chat. Awesome. That you didn't have to do that, but you did. Thank you very much." And do we have 2 free throws for Chicago right now? As I was looking at the super chat, we no 2 free throws for Kelman. Thank you, Mr. G. Abelardo Guerrero, thank you. And the first free throw is missed by Kelman. Blocks really matter when the other team puts up over 100 shots per game. They do. Absolutely, Robert H. Yes, absolutely. Because if you win the game by only 3 points, those blocks tell them it's both free throws. We got the ball back, though. We got the ball back. Lucky. Castle in the paint. Runner. No good. Foul. He's going to line for 2. Everybody, Firefox, can you look? All Spurs fans welcome. Chicago Bulls fan. I try to really emphasize everybody's welcome on this channel. I want it to feel like not just a Spurs community, but even just a sports community. Why I don't have memberships. I don't want to do sponsorships. I want people to just come and say, "Hey, this is a channel that does what they're doing because they love it." Headband Castle at the line. First free throw. No good. That's at least 3 missed free throws in a row for the Spurs. All right. Good night, William. Roberto, I agree as well. Can we make a damn free throw? Come on, Steph. All right, we made one there. Headband's too tight. Nice, comrade. You know who does rock a nice headband? Oh, and he's got a Spurs jersey on. Nice drive and layup by Zach LaVine. 190. And then we just turned the ball over. And then fouled Zach LaVine. Wow, what a mess the last 5 seconds. Zach LaVine gets in the paint, gets a layup. We immediately turn the ball over an inbound pass and then foul Zach LaVine immediately when he gets the ball. Non-shooting foul, at least. The Bulls have cut it as close to 7 in the second half. We're in danger of them getting it even closer. 192. That was a cluster as what is for sure, Steven Z. Oh, there's my man Ao on the bench. I like that kid. He torched us last time. And a turnover by Chicago. Spurs ball. Trey Jones sprints up the court, passes it out to Wemby for 3. No. Wemby hits the 3. It's not going to count. Offensive foul on Trey Jones. What did he do? Oh, he ran into the Jalen Smith. And now another whistle. These refs were not blowing any whistles the first 3 quarters. Now all of a sudden, it's time to get involved in the game. Nem, I like it when it goes down to the wire. I do. Show enough, welcome back. And yes, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, can we get to 250 thumbs up? Can we get to 300? We have plenty of people here to get to 300. The Spurs win. I want to see at least 300, guys. We have not had a stream not get to 300 thumbs up for the Spurs win. Actually, Spurs wins usually 400 thumbs up. Just throwing that out there. That's a miss for the Bulls. Spurs ball. Trey Jones will bring it up. Crossover, drives in the paint. Drives right back out of the paint. Over to Wemby. 14 on the shot clock. Wemby versus Giddey one-on-one. Gets it out to Castle. Back to Wemby. Wemby's going to drive to his left. Throws it out to Champagny for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. And another whistle. And this is on the Spurs. What is with all the whistles now? The Biscuit Bunny. Yeah, that's a good question. Sports and Music 16. Good evening. 2 huge passions of my own. Sports and music. There's actually TSR Sports music playlist where I've done songs about the Spurs, the Giants, Kristen Press. I am a musician and I want to get back to making music at some point this year. I just got to get some recording software. Wemby with a block. Wemby with another block. They call a foul. Science on the bench. If Skelton scores one more point, we'll have 8 people in double digits. Well, then he should have made one of those stupid free throws. In front of State are blowing whistles left and right. They were not calling anything the first 3 quarters, and now it's foul after foul. Kind of annoying. I think I just heard Sean Elliott. Wemby's getting close to a triple-double. 2 free throws for Chicago. First one's good by Jalen Smith, and this is the closest they've been in a long time. 7 points. Ron, I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. Good question. I don't have the answer. Wemby has 8 blocks. Wow. He is such a shot blocking monster. This is the closest it's been in a long time. 4 paws in the grave. Good evening. He's got a good chance at a triple double. Not a lot of time left, and he's going to probably get arrested at some point. Castle with a bullet pass into Kellman. Kellman with a monster dunk.
Thunder, thunder, thunder. Thunder, dunk of justice.
I think I just heard Kellman's 5 of 9 from the field, but he's like, what, 1 of 4 from 3? And another foul on San Antonio. Damn it. Prince Vic, those free throws might kill us. Kellen is 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. So he's 4 for 5 from 2-point land. Kellen's 2-point shot this year has been on point. His 3-point shooting has been no clock go. What, Greg? Cross Souls, good evening to you. Zach Levine at the line for 2. He's making his free throw. Devasel's checking in. Castle coming out. Trey Jones checking out. Barnes checking in. So Barnes, Wemmy, Paul, Vassell, and Johnson, who's been the closing lineup for us a lot of nights. Me too, Steven. Me too. Lee Jones, I don't think that's it. Carlos, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Robert, Kelman, you can't say his 3-point shooting is good this year. His 2-point shooting has been on point. His 3-point shot is broken. He's under 28%. He's a career 35% shooter. He was probably career 36% shooter before coming in this season. I love the way he's attacking the rim this year. Man, a 3-point shot's got to get fixed. Wemby for 3. Ooh. That was an air ball. He might be tired. He might need to come out for a couple minutes. Kobe White for 3. We got a game. We got a game. John, Devin's kind of the same story we've seen all year. Devin's 2-point shot's been pretty good tonight. He's missed, I don't know if he's made a 3, maybe 1 3. He's held the ball right now, gets it to Wemby. 10 on the shot clock. Wemby spins around, throws up a layup. No good. Fouled, going to the line for 2. Juan Carlos, Bulls fan, thank you for stopping in. When is TSR moving to Texas? He's not, Octane. I work for the state of Connecticut. The benefits when I retire are just way too good for me to leave Connecticut anytime soon. I get a pension, which a pension's almost unheard of, and lifetime health insurance when I retire, which is priceless. Joshua says Devin's 1 of 7 from 3. That is not good. I know, Keith. 8 Spurs in double figures now. That's amazing. Joshua, I'd tell you, but then, I'd have to. Wemby just missed a free throw. Yeah, I road trip. I wanted a close game, but not this close. I said keep it around 10 the whole game. Wemby just missed a free throw. These missed free throws are now hurting us, and Charles Bassey is getting ready to check in. Wemby, I think, needs a break. And that's one thing, as much as I love Wemby and seeing him on the court, the Spurs got to know when to hold him and when to fold him. And when he needs a rest, get him out. I know he's only 21, but that 7'4" frame needs a lot of oxygen to move around, and he's just not built to play 40+ minutes. Oh, Vasco, our non-Wemby minutes are terrible. We're 6 of 11 from the line. Oh my gosh, he missed it. An alley-oop dunk to Zach Levine, and he just botched the dunk. Wow, we got lucky there. That should have been 2 points. He just totally botched the dunk. Vassell turns the ball over on the double teams. Bulls on the run. Oh my gosh, what a... Patrick Williams loses the ball out of bounds. I think they're saying it's Bulls ball, but Chris Paul is saying review it. Catch Sports, Wemby's checking out. Bassey's coming in. Let's take a look at the replay. Chris Paul with the strip, and that looks like it's off Patrick Williams, I think. It's all ball. Beautiful defensive play by Chris Paul on the break. Ryan White wants more draft picks in exchange for Spurs getting a That was a beautiful play. We're in a timeout, guys. 6 minutes to go. Spurs up by 4. Hey, yes, Beavis, he does need help. That should be off P. Williams. That should be Spurs ball. Chris Paul's points. I don't think he has a lot, Rap. 11. The Spurs have 8 guys in double digits tonight. A little bit from everybody, which is, listen, I don't care how the Spurs win. A win's a win. They can improve to 19 and 17. The Bulls, if they lose, would drop to 16 and 20. The Bulls are 6 and 11 at home. The Spurs are 6 and 9 on the road. Right now, Chicago's outscored San Antonio 17-8 in the fourth quarter. This is what happened against the Nuggets. The Spurs were up after 3 quarters. The Spurs were actually up 13 going into the fourth. And I don't know if they're getting gassed, but this is kind of a replay of the Nuggets game that they lost on Saturday night. My God, Vassell, scored 11 points at halftime. Did he have 11 at the half, Toby? Yes, Sirski. I don't know. Amazing. It's amazing how bad all these NBA teams are at running a simple. Yes. Look, a lot of teams that get a fast break now, they just launch a three. They'll have a 3-on-1, check a three. 4-on-1, check a three. I'm like, unless you're Steph Curry on the break, nobody should be shooting a three. Robert, the Nuggets overtime was absolutely horrible. The Spurs got outscored, I believe, 11-3. Now, one of those 3 of the Nuggets points were by an unnecessary three-pointer by Michael Porter Jr. that was stat padding at the end of the game. The game was clearly over. He hit that three with 20 seconds left or something. That was just nonsense. But still, Spurs had nothing left, almost nothing left in the fourth quarter, and 0 left against the Nuggets in overtime. Josh, I don't know if they're not pushing Vassell to play to his potential or if he's plateaued. I don't know. I like Devin. Tonight, though, he is 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. He does have 4 rebounds and 5 assists, so nice to see he's contributing in other areas, but 4 of 6 from 2-point land and 1 of 7 from 3. And I mentioned this earlier in the stream. Since he's became a starter again, his 3-point shot is just not dropping. What would you say about patching 2 to 3 first to try and get Kevin Durant? Not at this age. Kevin Durant's what, 37? With a huge contract? No. TSR channel more important than what's going on. I want a good game. I always say that. I've been standing by that since day one that I don't like blowouts. But it makes it interesting. I'm not gonna lie there. Matthew drove 19 hours. Dang. That's a miss and another foul. The refs calling all these fouls has got me messing things up too. Katie overrated as hell. Keep him away from the Spurs. Way Gomlin? I agree. Keep him away. And Mud, yes, we've had trouble closing out games. Champagne's not in there now, right now, Jason, so I can't see how many points he has. Double digits. Time long. I think he is a bit overrated because he's never led a team to a championship. He's joined a championship team. That's where I think he's overrated. CP3 with the ball gets it to Harrison Barnes. Barnes is going to take off, gets into the paint, and gets blocked. Giddy coast to coast layup. He gets blocked. I think Devin Vassell would have blocked. Okay. Vassell was not a foul. He just got bodied by. All right, still Spurs ball. Keldon at the paint, throws it up, no good. Chicago ball. No, I don't want De'Aaron Fox. I don't. And now foul down the other end in Chicago. Both teams are in the bonus, so almost no free throws the first 3 quarters. Now all of a sudden, free throws left and right. When you get blocked, that is an attempted field goal. So if I took 5 shots in the NBA and would likely get blocked all 5 times, I would be 0 for 5. It's just I think Fox is going to cost way too much, and I don't think he gets us to where we need to go. I think we'd be better. I'm not going to deny that. Kobe White's first free throw is good. Josh Fox is not a good three-point shooter. He doesn't fix one of our problems, which is why I'm a slight concern with Castle. If his three-point shooting doesn't turn around, can he be a starting point guard for the Spurs? I mean, let's not forget, De'Aaron Fox is the best, arguably the best player on a losing team. Chris Paul, what a tough shot or clutch shot. We have over 700 people. Nice. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. We got a good game tonight now. It looked like it was gonna be a blowout, but it's 105-101. I mean, I hope the Spurs win. I hope I didn't jinx them by saying I don't want to blow out when they're up by like 19, but I hate blowouts. I do. On either side. Sohan, what a block! It's a block party in Chicago. Ball's going out of bounds, and Chris Paul with the vet move goes after the ball going out of bounds, throws it at the Bulls player. I didn't see who threw it off of, and it's Spurs ball. He threw it off of Kobe White. No, Kobe White got blocked. I can't see on the replay who it was. Spurs with 12 blocks tonight. CP3 the ball again, 105-101, 4.5 minutes to go. Pull up J by Paul. Chris Paul coming up huge here in the fourth quarter. Thank you, Three Beards. Just hit the like. Everybody hit the thumbs up. And we are going to a timeout. Spurs up by 6. And CP3 coming up huge here in the fourth quarter. We're like a couple seconds ahead. We'll fix that. 107-101. All right. Game has gotten interesting for sure. Very, very interesting. YouTube studio acting weird. Let me fix this real quick. We're still alive, though, so that's good. Wemby's getting a quick rest. He clearly started looking tired. He's getting a rest so he can close out the game. I'm sure he'll be back. Probably, I would think. I don't know, maybe Mitch will bring him back now. I don't know. I don't get Mitch's rotation, so I'm not gonna try and act like I do. Wemby, I'm sure will be back at some point soon. Sooner or later. We got a nice crowd tonight, but only 288 thumbs up. 772 people watching, but 288 thumbs up. One of these things is not like the other. If you guys could hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. We don't ask for anything else here. Don't ask for money, none of that nonsense. Just ask for you to hit the thumbs up. The thumbs up is your way to become an official member or sponsor, or both, of TSR Sports. Cartel Global, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you being here. Chris Santos from Laredo, Texas. And let's close it out. Houston Boy, D. Will, thank you very much. JRN21, thank you for being here. 40, number 5, thank you for being here as well. Getting all my shout outs in. Louis Gantz, Go Spurs, go to you. If anybody doesn't know, we're a huge Spurs fan community here. Love our Spurs. Oh my God, another foul. We just can't. The refs are calling everything under the sun, and it's crazy. They called no fouls for the most part in the first 3 quarters. There were like 4 free throws maybe in the first 3 quarters, and now fouls left and right, both teams in the bonus. Booch at the line for 2. From the Philippines. Nice. Thank you for stopping in. First free throw was good. 107-102. Wemby didn't foul JKR. He's getting a rest. He's just getting a rest. I'm surprised Mitch Johnson's not bringing him in yet. Maybe he'll bring him at the 3-minute mark. 275 likes, Carlos. Yeah, how are we not at 300 yet? Second free throw is good. We might be. I don't know. We might be a little delayed in the chat. We're at 300. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Sorry. PP3 for 3. Oh my goodness! Chris Paul has taken over the fourth quarter. Rainbow Gospers go from the Philippines. CP3 has 7 points this quarter. I think those 7 points are all in the last like 2 minutes. Kobe White for 3. No good. The putback by P. Williams is no good. Gets another offensive rebound. No good. Fight for the board. And finally, Charles Bassey grabs the loose ball. 3.5 minutes to go. 110-103. Chris Paul, where's this been all year? Taking over the game. He's taking over the game. Gospers go from Indiana. Thank you, Jackson. And another whistle. Offensive foul on Charles Bassey. Let's get Wemby in. Wemby got to come in now. He's coming in, guys. No offense to Charles Bassey, but close out this game, we need Victor Wembanyama. The point guard, the score guy all of a sudden. Goose, good evening to you. Aiken, thank you for stopping in. What's up, clown? Customers go from the Philippines. Love it, love it. Chris Paul with 18 points. Is that close to his season high with the Spurs? Yes, Vincent Wemby, 2 more blocks. He'll get a triple double, but he's only got 3 minutes and 17 seconds to do that. Yeah, 5 racing. These whistles in the fourth quarter are awful. Vooch for three from the corner. It's a 4-point game. Calvin, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you being here, my man. CP3 season high is 19. That's what he has now. Vooch with 24 and 10. Chris Paul out in 3-point land looking for a pick and roll with Wemby. Gets the pick and roll. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. They find Sohan open in the corner. Oh, I like Jeremy, but man, he needs to work on his 3-point shot. Zach LaVine, quick pull up three. It's a 1-point game. Oh my land. The Smiley Stars, what's going on? 1-point game. Chicago with all momentum. Zach LaVine with 34 points. I had a pull up earlier. Who would score more, Wemby or Zach LaVine? Zach said Wemby for three. Off the rim, off the backboard, no good. The Bulls can take the lead. For the Spurs fans, a small percentage of you, I think it's a small percentage that want the Bulls to win for draft it. Wow, Patrick Williams airball three. Ball's out of bounds. Spurs ball. The Spurs own the Bulls pick this year, but it is top 10 protected. This Dennis, it's actually turned into a great game. It has. Jeremy's jumper is unfixable. I hope you're wrong, Lee. Blaze, thank you for stopping in. He's a Bulls fan. Appreciate you being here. Yes, there is a reason Sohan's always open playing it because he can't shoot. Paul for three. No good. Zach LaVine with the rebound. 1:44 to go. It's still a 1-point game. Wow. We were up by 19. LaVine pull up Jay. In and out. Wemby with the rebound. Vassell with the ball for the Spurs. 1:25, 110, 109. Both teams in the bonus. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Vassell to Wemby. Wemby guarded 101 by Vooch. 5 on the shot clock. Wemby long 2. In and out. Chris Paul with the offensive rebound. Chris Paul is playing some of his best basketball he's played all year in the fourth quarter for the Spurs. Paul with the pull up Jay. Short. Chicago ball. Under a minute to go. Oh boy, this is getting way too close for comfort, guys. Kobe White, 1-on-1 with Wemby, drives, throws it up over his head, he makes the bucket! The Bulls have taken the lead. Wow. What has happened? Chris Paul was just fouled, no whistle. Spurs still have the ball. Spurs can 2 for 1. They will 2 for 1, I would imagine. Devin Vassell with the ball, drives into the paint, throws it away. Vassell throws it into the crowd. I just heard that it's unraveling in Chicago, and it is. Timeout. Oh my goodness, what a fourth quarter collapse by the Spurs right now. They have been outscored 29-15. This is the same thing we saw happen in Denver Saturday night. This stir of echoes, that's what I'm saying right now. Vasco, good evening. He was throwing it to Sohan. I don't know why. 19-point lead. I said I like close games. I don't like it this close. I said, before some of you throw some shade at me because somebody already did, I like games to stay around 10. I don't like blowouts, but I obviously would take a Spurs blowout win than a loss. Wow. I'm surprised Jeremy's in at the end of the game too. He can't shoot. I like Jeremy too, but man, oh man. Anthony Bustamante, good evening to you. Ultimate saying, I hope you don't get the chance to say anything. Hope the Spurs close this game out. It's going to be Chicago ball. They're up by 1. I'm going to take the ESPN thing down here so there's no spoiler. What a fourth quarter collapse by San Antonio, guys. I see some folks from the Philippines in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out wherever you are, America, Philippines, and everywhere in between. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. This has turned into a much closer game than I ever thought it would be. We have 1,000 people watching for the third game in a row. That has not happened. I don't know if that hasn't happened since the early days of this channel. Here we go. Chicago ball. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Much love from TSR to you guys. If you're a Spurs fan, you haven't hit subscribe. What you waiting for? We're covering every game this year, and we are diehard Spurs fans here. Kobe White fakes a three, drives, gets into the paint. Nobody's there, and he dunks it. Are you kidding me? Where's our defense? Spurs timeout. Wow. Kobe White, what a dunk. Vassell gets screened, goes right around everybody, and then Wemby tries to get there, but Wemby gets there late, and Kobe with a huge dunk. Now we need a three to tie it. 113, 110. Joshua, I'll take overtime than a loss. We need a three to tie, though. We need a three to tie. Please do not spoil anything in the chat. You might be ahead of me, so please do not post it until I say it. I don't know what to say. This is another epic fourth quarter collapse, just like the game against the Nuggets. We had this thing. We were up by 19. We're up by the Bulls outscored us 31 to 15 in the fourth. This is exactly what happened in Denver Saturday night, where we got outscored by what 15 or 16, and now we need a three to tie it. A three to tie, a two will not do it. I don't imagine they're gonna take a two and then foul. I'm gonna hope for the best. Hope we tie it, and if we go to overtime, then I'm just gonna be staying up later than I thought it was. Champagne has checked in now. Man, I like Jeremy Sohan, but there are these little moments here where make you go, does he fit what we need? The lack of, I mean, I know Castle's not a good shooter yet, but at least he'll fire away and keep the defense honest. Jeremy at times will just, eh, let's just get the win and then hopefully it doesn't matter. Wemby with the ball. Wemby's going to take a mile-long three. Off the rim, no good. And the Spurs have to foul. Wow. Chicago can go up by 5. Wemby with Vooch on him. Takes the long three about 2 feet behind the line. It went in and out and actually went down just a little bit and popped out. Zach LaVine at the free throw line, somebody we do not want shooting free throws. And remember those missed free throws by the Spurs? He missed the first one. We missed like 4 free throws in a row. There you go. There you go. I think Kelvin missed 2 and maybe missed 3 free throws in a row. He made that one. Those free throws now are coming back to haunt us. Another timeout. We did miss 3 in a row, Blue Panda. The missed free throws are now coming back to haunt us. Who missed 2 in a row? Well, Kelvin. Kelvin missed 2 free throws in a row. We make 2 free throws. 2 out of those 3, it's a 2-point game. Oh, we maxed it. What did we miss? 4 free throws in a row? Luke, kind of tonight. The fourth quarter they suck. I'd love to get a 4 and a thumbs up. I don't like. I mean, I don't like asking for a thumbs up when we're down, but I certainly would love to get the 4 and a thumbs up. We are 20 away. Spurs need a miracle now. Not impossible, but we need a miracle. I'm not giving up, but it ain't looking good. We need a 3-pointer and one. Road trip. Wemby was getting arrested at the end. He was tired. I'll keep Castle and Wemby. Everybody else is fair game. Wow. You know what? You're not the only Spurs fan that feels that way. Some Spurs fans say the only untouchables are Wemby, and since we just drafted Castle, you can't give up on a guy that you just drafted. I mean, you can. I wouldn't recommend it. Although Celtics did that. Didn't the Celtics draft Chauncey Billups and trade him like halfway through his rookie year? Maybe the second year. Celtics gave up on some players very early in their career back in the day. So we got 5.5 seconds ish. Chris Paul's going to get in for San Antonio. Spurs are now out of timeouts. He'll throw it cross court to Champagny. Champagny's three. No good, but he was fouled. Can you imagine if he made that? Champagny will go to the line for 3 free throws. Are they going to check for a flagrant? Hold on. Is this where you're going to get a player the opportunity to land? No, no. No, that's Champagny jumped into him. I don't think that's. I think Lonzo Ball barely moved. I don't think that should be a flagrant. I'm a Spurs fan. I can't call it. The refs are reviewing it. I love the Spurs guys, but I don't think that should be a flagrant. I heard Sean Elliott mention it. We're gonna look at it again. Oh, they're challenging if it's even a foul. The Bulls are challenging it. Yeah, Champagny jumped forward. That's not on Lonzo Ball. So they're challenging the foul. See what happens. Patch Prince Vic, it's not a flagrant. One thing I pride myself in is I'm a biased Spurs fan, as in I will root for our team, but I'm not going to call stuff that doesn't match what I'm seeing on the TV. I can't do that. I can't. That's not part of, I can't. So rough review right now. Kevin Vassell's been inconsistent all year, and I don't know if he's still dealing with an injury at all, but he's definitely been up and down. And I wish he'd be more up than down. His 3-point shooting too has fallen off the cliff. Thank you, Calvin. I try to be. I pride myself on that. I gotta keep it real because if you're a new viewer here or a longtime subscriber or anywhere in between, if you're watching something on TV and OTSR is saying something that's not matching your eyes, that's not a good look. So if the Spurs lose, we would be right at 500. I don't think it's got lazy road trip. This would be the second game in a row the fourth quarter got them. They're still reviewing this. Fair enough, Phil. You can do it. And thank you, Carlos. Carlos has been on the channel for a long time. Chicago won the challenge, and it's a jump ball. It's not a foul on. It's not even a foul on Champagne. It's a non-shooting foul. Wow, what Mr. G with another super chat. Thank you. $20 super chat says another super chat for your integrity. Your mom and heaven did. Oh, thank you, man. Your mom and heaven did a great job. Yes, Miss TSR mom passed away December 2017. Think about that for a moment. So it's a jump ball at half court. Well, now we need a miracle, guys. I thought Champagne. I was hoping he got fouled on that 3-point shot. No foul. I can't really argue that. We won the jump ball. We have no time. Chris Paul for three. In and out. Wow. It was the right call, Glaze and Bacon. It was. Thank you for the super chats, guys. The Spurs lose a game they should have won. They should have won this game. Wow. I'm speechless. GG Bulls fans, congratulations on the win. Um, if there's we have the Bulls lottery or we have the Bulls first round pick this draft, so that's a win for the Bulls. I'm trying to think of a way to spin it, but I really got nothing. Chris Sarah, thank you for stopping in. Right quote. It was fumbled by the team. Illinois team, definitely a terrible loss. You're welcome. I can't believe they got us. They outscored us 32 to 15 in the fourth. 32 to 15. The Nuggets game we got outscored by something similar, 32 to 15. Up by 13 going into the fourth, and then just J-Mo, it's heartbreaking. You know, we're back to 500, and as much as I want to believe this team is a playoff team, we have a game like this where it makes you go, maybe not. I want to pull up the standings and see where this drops us. We're 18 and 18. Well, for the Chicago Bulls, they win their 17 will actually stay in 10th place because the teams ahead of them are 500. How about the Detroit Pistons playing 500 basketball? Good for them. 8 and 2 in their last 10. They've sucked the last few years. I'm glad to see they're finally turning around. For our Spurs, we dropped to 18 and 18. The Warriors from 9 to 8, and we tied with the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are 17 and 17. So the Spurs are still sitting in their playing spot, and I think that's where they're going to be all year. Wow, the Kings have won 4 in a row. Those of you saying the Kings will trade De'Aaron Fox, if they keep winning games, they ain't trading nothing. I didn't realize they won 4 in a row. So it's a logjam between, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, between 8 and actually 12. You got the Spurs now 18 and 18, the Warriors 18 and 17, the Wolves 17 and 17, the Kings 17 and 19, the Suns, who eventually you would think would turn their season around at 16 and 18. I said we'll probably finish anywhere between 8 and 11. I'm going to root for the Spurs all year. If we make the play-in, great, awesome. If they just miss the play-in, then we hopefully get the number 1 overall pick. But this was a fun game to call with you guys, but a disappointing ending. This is a disappointing ending. I do need to still get into the halftime, or sorry, not halftime stats, the end of game stats. If you can still hit the thumbs up on the way out, would appreciate it. It does still help the channel. We're almost at 400 thumbs up. We're 2 away. So if like a hand, maybe 10 or 15 of you could hit the thumbs up on the way out, get us to 400. I appreciate it. But let me get to the I keep saying half. I'm frustrated. The end of the game stats, so we can see who played well and who didn't. And I'm going to call them out, as I always do. First up, Chicago, though. For the Bulls. Where are the Bulls? There they are. Patrick Williams with Nikola Vucevic finished with a double-double, 24 and 11. Took him a lot of shots to get there, 10 of 22, including only 2 of 9 from three-point land. Kobe White with 23 points. Zach LaVine with a huge game, 35 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists from the field. Josh Giddey had a rough night. 6.7 rebounds, only 3 of 12 from the field. Jalen Smith also a rough night, 3 of 11 from the field, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. He had 9 points. Lonzo Ball, 5 points? And then Dalen Terry, Matej Buzelis, and Julian Phillips all scored none in limited action. The Bulls took 15 free throws, and they made 13 of 15, 87%. Difference in the game? Spurs were 7 of 12. That's 58%. That's awful. Spurs had 17 turnovers. The Bulls had 13. The Bulls shooting splits were 43, 33, 87. Our splits were 46, 33, 58. Those missed free throws killed us. And the extra turnovers certainly didn't help either. For the Spurs, Jeremy Sohan with 11 points, but I'm sure he's going to get crucified for that missed 3 near the end and then the turnover that was near where he was standing. So there is that. Harrison Barnes with 10 points. Victor Wembanyama, 23 points. Not the most efficient night for Wemby, 9 of 22 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3. They'd have 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 blocks, and 5 turnovers. I said this at halftime. He had 4 turnovers at halftime, and for whatever reason, lately in the second half, he has significantly less turnovers. He had 1 turnover in the second half, as opposed to 4 in the first, but 8 blocks, almost a triple-double. Chris Paul, one of his best offensive outputs of the year, 18 points, 9 assists on 7 of 13 shooting. Demasel with he stuffed the stat sheet with a whole bunch of triple single numbers. He had 11 points, 5 of 14 from the field, but only 1 of 7 from 3. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 4 turnovers. So put a little bit of everything up tonight. Julian Champagnie with 12 points off the bench. Kelvin Johnson with 11, but still struggling from 3, 1 for 4. And he was 0 for 2 from the line, missed 2 free throws back-to-back, which could, of course, change the collection of the game. Charles Bassey got the backup center minutes tonight. Didn't really do a whole lot. 2 points, 5 rebounds. Trey Jones with 2 points. Classic Trey. And he didn't play much either. 12 minutes, 2 points, 4 assists. I'm sorry, 2 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And then Stephon Castle got most of the backup point guard duty in 19 minutes. He was 4 of 9 from the field, 10 points, 6 assists, 2 turnovers. The Spurs lose 114-110. They dropped to 18 and 18. The Bulls improved to 17 and 19. And we got the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday. Giannis coming into, we're going to their town, 9:30 on ESPN. That's going to be a tough game. This Spurs lose. That would be what we call a losing streak. So hopefully we can end that. And then we talked about this, Spurs fans. January's going to be tough. We got Milwaukee Wednesday and then the Lakers Saturday and Monday. This is a very rough stretch for the Spurs. Then we got the Grizzlies back-to-back on the 15th and 17th. We could drop back under 500 on this road trip. And I hate to say that, but uh, I mean, it is what it is. I'll be here though for every game. As TSR will be here for some games. We'll be rooting for the team, win, lose, or die. Go Spurs go. Or win, lose, or tie. Go Spurs go until I die. Oh my gosh. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I hate doing that. I don't think we did. I know I missed a lot of comments in the chat. I'm sorry, but we were going over the end of game stats. I want to get those out. And Mike, silver lining, we get a better chance at getting the Bulls pick. Yeah. If you're gonna look for any silver lining, I guess we can't we can't blame Zach Collins tonight. Uh yeah, G51. I mean, Zach can kind of, he's not to the Lean's level, but at times he can create his own shot. He's not making them in that. He's not making them. Oh, Cooper Flagnuts. Wemmy. I think he was tired. I think you need to get him out. Thank you, Carlos. Listen, I appreciate you guys. I wish this a win. I'm sorry if I jinx this by saying I hate blowout games because we're up by 19, but I legit do. I hate blowouts on streams. I hate blowouts with football. And believe me, as a Giants fan, I have seen a crap ton of blowouts this year where the freaking game was over. As soon as the Giants went down by 10, the game was over. The Giants' offense was so bad this year, they averaged 14 points a game. If they went down 17-7, game over. So many times this year, they got down by 10 and it was over at that point, and they wouldn't score again. It was awful. And there's bad memories of the last years with the Spurs where we were getting blown out left and right. And I think just because I've seen the Spurs get blown out so much, I just hate blowouts now. Spurs have the best player in the league. Things. I don't know if we can put Wemmy there yet. There is that guy that we played recently, Nikola Jokic, that still can make a case for that. But I think Wemmy's probably, with what he's doing on both ends of the floor, I think you make a good case that he's top five. Yeah. Good. Thank you for stopping in. And yeah, Michael, 10-point loss of CP3 didn't have that huge fourth quarter. And yes, Rendell, this month was going to be rough, and now it is. You're in trouble if a 40-year-old is your second best option in the fourth. That's true. Alvin, there's no point in me. 5 years ago, I probably would have screamed and ranted. I One, I don't want to blow up my mic. Two, I don't want to blow up my voice. And three, it's not going to help anything. The Spurs, let's take this in stride. I know we're a lot disappointed tonight. A lot disappointed. We're disappointed on this loss, but we have to remember where we were last year at this time. And I think I'm trying to put perspective on things that we are 18-18 on January 6th. We only got 18 wins last year. 18 wins last year. It wasn't in January. Pulling it up now. Win number 18. Oh, I got to scroll way down. Was on March 29th when we were 18-56. I've been a Spurs fan for 35 years, but I've been covering the Spurs for this is now year number 6 on this channel. And I was here for the 22-60 season last year where we had an 18-game losing streak. I've only seen losing seasons as a Spurs fan on this channel. So 500 ball feels like a damn championship at this point. So I think that's one of the reasons I'm staying calm too. There's a lot of perspective. And I'm not expecting us to win a championship this year, but I am expecting us to be a playoff team for sure next year. If the Spurs aren't a playoff team next year and the year after, Wemby's not going to stay here. I don't like saying that, but if he's putting up numbers like this on a nightly basis, and we're not a playoff team next year, he might not sign up his extension. But I don't think that's going to be a problem because the Spurs will be a playoff team in the next few years. Easy fix, take the coaching method on Mitch and let Brett Brown run the show. Man is not drawing up after timeout plays to save his life. Mitch has been up and down. Good night to Furnace. He has. But you know what? He wasn't expected. I mean, would we be doing better with Pop? Would we be doing worse? Would we do about the same? I don't know. Uh, I would like to think better, but it is what it is. Wow. I see some people looking for Demasel to go. Connor, the Kings are starting to win now. I don't think the Kings are going to want to move on from him. Rich, every time we play versus the Lakers, a chat going to hit Carlos. So there's some bad blood. It's not you. It's the Lakers and Spurs. There's a history there, and a lot of fans don't like LeBron James. He's got a lot of fans that love him, but a lot of fans that don't like him. So, oh my gosh, Captain! Oh my gosh, Calvin, dropping a huge super chat here. $100 at the end of the game from stringing some electric guitar on a Sunday morning to almost 26,000 subs. Well deserved, brother. Best of luck to you and your Spurs. Game by game, Spurs are getting better. Stay blessed. Calvin, dude, man, wow. You did not have to do that, but you did. I appreciate that. That is extremely generous. We're bringing the giveaways back because you guys have been so generous. We had some problems with the chat recently. The chats seem like Calvin again, thank you. Chats seem to be working, so we're gonna do a baby Wendy giveaways very, very soon, probably this week. I like doing the giveaways when Miss TSR is here. I do. But we also have the 25,000 giveaway this month. Not $25,000. I don't have that kind of money. For the 25,000 subscriber giveaway, still need to do that. I really want to find something nice for you guys and or nice things. So that's been a little bit of a delay there, especially with Christmas just happening. A lot of like Prime is out of stock on some things, and so I just want to do something special for you guys. And oh, here, no Cape, thank you for stopping in. And I'm touched by all the super chats tonight. The 400 thumbs up is awesome, and it's still a great time to be a Spurs fan. We have direction, and I can't tell you how much and how important that is. I'm a Giants fan. If you don't know, you probably know. I talk about it a lot. I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan and a New York Giants fan. And the biggest difference between the two, besides one is at least being competitive and one absolutely sucks, is the Spurs have direction. We have a franchise player in Victor Wembanyama. The future is bright for the next decade and beyond with him. And I look at the Giants. I like Malik Neighbors as a wide receiver. He's a stud. But in the NFL, you still need your quarterback. The Spurs have their quarterback in Victor Wembanyama. I look at the Giants and I'm like, I don't even know if we're going to get a quarterback in this draft. Cam Ward's the guy I'd want. He's going first with the Titans more than likely. The Browns may take Shador Sanders. And now the Giants could take that the wide receiver cornerback, use a stud, but then we don't have a quarterback again. And it was a disaster with Daniel Jones at quarterback for the most part for six years. I think he was here. We have direction with the Spurs, guys. It's going to get better. It's going to get so much better. Just not yet this year. I know with Wemmy coming in, we expect an immediate turnaround, like when Mr. Robinson came here, when Timmy came here. It didn't happen right away. It's going to take a little time. He's only 21. Next year is playoffs. This year is going to be growing pains like this. So that's all I got, guys. It was a fun game, a disappointing loss, but I love hanging out with you guys and talking Spurs. And I'm going to call it a night because, well, I got to call it a night. Spurs Show, thank you for stopping in. Don't recognize the name. Everybody be safe if you are getting TSR, you rule brother. Everybody be safe if you're getting any inclement weather this week. There's a massive snowstorm going across the country, so be safe wherever you are. Let's get the Bucks on Wednesday night. You know I'll be live for it. So on behalf of myself, Selena, Headband Grogu, Lil Mikey, and Baby Coyote, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Spurs go.